Lambem.
Isi reasonable ha.
Experiment ka ba? Jo कोई मिसान स्पेस होस्ट लो पाना ईटीयू tam ketia cut check mong jo.
So kita si tua piara pana na. This no mobile ball po ti si tu sei hil te yo hi de ata na. Kim hau kim tun khatre chu hi to sei.
Hello, there is freedom of speech ma adan jo gang chala tilkhat ki za mat na dium le. Yai bol ya na.
Tom ta tu ha tu he play ho. Yang me nga khum ki tam ji a. Na het tu la.
Hina chu yong le. Micheal Lamjathang. Ikimomo.
Mai ga pe speaker ga pe o.
Man yong ikam lo hang le.
Ga ke ho te ho tu.
Mike.
Speaker ga pe o mai yong.
Kapi cho. Ako ko sa nang tali. Kahepo. Hello, no, everything is normal time I am like. Boina mo in tula ni iti am.
Dung du ya emergency in host na lo di hai.
Koi penang ching ngan se tam ka he. Ai ka experiment da na ka ga ve chu me masanga chu koi ni yong le ho sa bol mi som be exam lu ne ya. Ke yong kapan lo na so tan tin le na sa chu.
Ikhat chu tu lai ka he isi ham. E ho me se ho ne tek lo jeng le ho long hi bui na di ke ho ki so i ho ka la yong. Ni za di
Hello, ingai ikitu pi bo de ke ho ding le ho ya boi te hi dong. Ingai num lo. Lunggel ki ba pi lo ho the se yo ngai ngam ngai ya na.
Ngai ngam ngai hi ya be tango ikinil reng group ho jong ke wang ka sim ji ta lo message ka su mang reng ka chim be se entin.
Micheal ga pi te Mike.
Ama ba.
Hello, Lin.
Ange Mike nang na popular he yeng.
After a long time, Lin.
After a long time, yeah. Ale Mike. Tunin so pi na in na panga hinale na so pi na hindong iti hado zu ni le hin nang iti KUKI ni logo jeng taong Mike.
Lin topic nom sa ya phai lo ha, cho topic.
Anu me cho ju. Ati dan chu. See, the names are not important, but then the Thilong is at Lana, Mike. Identity issue is a yalachun. King I load the below, so no, you're Nagam Nangai loot. No so be no may in the low Kahalo, so Napuna to Napuna Pui Kitilizo Kisay to Ewan to when you say Ibu light of a Tadola KUKI Shanwalachun, then it becomes a different issue altogether, na. Anyway, that's to know say the Malian say on the my say mo
Ke yong tha du ni a
ya lai le Lin. Lin nen share ya chu. Nang lom tim tam tia invite nan bo lam ka tia kan sat chi.
Lobis masanga chu had mail on a party wachu a chiyong mi that here eat you on the koi bijan hello wachu sunana speech mana ki bole ya le tu ka lai he sunga hi ki na tama alo le
Medium tam ta chu la space khel ngai ta lo mai thei na. Ya chu medium chum ma mi chu mai thei ta chu.
na chu chong chu na chai wa chu ex mangoding a ji hendia keong ka zao te ji lo chu hat bia tu nang na ko long special speaker nang na ko lo ha mic
กระจบจุดแหละเนี่ยใจเยกดยิงว่าก็ได้ก็ใช่ละสาสมไทยตลอดจุละ
นั่นนี่ใจกูจะนว่างพันอะไรไงรุ่นสันอะไรไอ้เราเลยไม่เอ็มพีเนี่ยเตะดูขัดเงี้ยนั่น direction นี่การเวทเลยคนนุ่งเลยว่าเอ็มพีว่าเนี่ยเตะกูดานี่นะอันนุ่ม
อีเปียปังดิ้งเอ็มพีเอ็มเอลเอจุอีเปียปังดิ้งมาปันนะดิ้งจุกี่พอดเลยนะ
เกณฑ์ลองขัดก็ใช่โนเมอุไมเคิลอีพีเกมนับบอลทำวังสุกแฮปปวนไอ้วังไม่เลี้ยวต่อเจนความคิดที่วังบอลใช่โอ้อีที่ยองรันขัดลองก็คืออีมูได้ทำไผ่ส่งไอ้บอลเราวัลเบสเซตยัง separate administration อีมูเทนดิวลังนั่นโดยใจเด้เฮห้อยไล่ยาปังลงเลยถึงห้อยไล่ยาลงเลยถึงสุกก็ใช่โนไม่เห็นกี่วังมินเอาเสียแต่กี่วังเขาจะปวงไงอ๋อ
separate administration จูมณิปุรสูแก่ง่ายฮะมณิปุรสูแก่ดิ้งคุยมันกงโลเหี้ยเบลจู
อีสุแก่โลเลยอีที่สุมิลดิวทำไอ้บอลเราที่เวทต้องโมจานขัดก็ทำไผ่ตรงว่าลุงวงกับอีมุกิดดิ้งไอ้เที่โลจูอีไอ้เที่ดิ้งตรงเลยนะคุมฟ้าจะลุดดี
จูมิตา separate administration จูใช่โอว่าจูจุนมาดูสิจู superimposable ดิ้ง supersede อะไรSA จู solution ให้ที่ละจุน SA นั่นดิ้งอาจจะมณิปุรจูสูแก่ง่ายมณิปุรสูแก่นั่นดิ้งอาจจะ first and foremost อาจจะมณิปุรสร์การก็น่าจะปอดดองง่ายสร์การซีม MLA หัวMLA หัวปอดดองนุ่มโลว่า employee หัวอันนู้นเลยแล้วจุดที่ดี you can be employed in Assam government you can be employed in Delhi government you can be employed in Manipur government that's not an issue you are a part of the government formation na pana council of minister na pana chu dazalo hela mi jo no mi no chu Manipur ke tai na ti chu false hope ke pe la yong hypocrisy chung nung pen hi cho chi chu anyway ja chu SA chu de la chun Manipur chu su ke nga ya asu ke na ding lampi chu bol nga ya asu ke ding lampi hin pan do chu MLA ho chu ya MLA ho chu Manipur assembly a ko na member chu constituency represent now chu Manipur chu Imphal chu office now to chun thing hang gam chu akai ma chom ho ya mo chu lai siu wa chu SA ki ti chu false ho mi chu simple logic here chu overlook your ball wa ilanga SA sub mana chu chi ding yong hi di hin tin chi ja chu logically gel jap nga ya I thum chi pi ham I dei chi pi ham chi chu lampi chu ko he nam chi chu vet ngai chu la me lein e tha se o chi gel ji nga thil dang gel lo he lai chi basis a chu SA sub ji nga ilanga ilam kai ho I think noi ka poi MLA ka poi abon wa mo ho chu hilang Manipur ake tai kada la tai iti wa mo hilang ki sam kai yeng chu na logical chu mo lo cho ja chu ke chu convince ka hi thei lo cho it may be very piti ha no mo na sa mai thei ya ke chu convince ka hi lo cho chi ja chu chu tu na man jong hi di apan do ho chu na lam kai di ya lam kai ting chu na ban chu chi di ya ai chu mo chu koi ma no gon lo chu koi mo na ko sei ya ulin ko ma ko sei ya na ulin in jong het ding to ya chu
ga sei ding a chu na
pat ti la ya chu pa pang ai wa ti ya chu mo
separate administration chu e hon nge 6 schedule ho chu anna del na chu o eso so no ya chu ai wanga tu chunga kilhung so dan dan chu ivet na hi le separate hi lo le hi thei lo dinga pha na chu thi hunging do ai chu hungin do a hi le so ana se yong chu point khat separate administration chi dei mong mu wa ai le ibungbu a isu je ngo ngai a hi ya lam kai ho ita ta ko ita ta
ku chu ngai lo process ya na atil chu
ai tu ba o khat
mechanism chu ngai chula
thakana idin ngai di ya iti sei de ham ami pi ho social media I pen wangwa ta center langa I khat ahung do the na dinga ho pressure ko thei lo ta banga kamu ji in boy ka sa the ji cho ken long
hello
ai le
na boy ke patilaya chumi union home minister pa jong hunga hiana manipura hunga cho kingo to a ki sei to sanga chu authority cho manipur su ke di ti le chun mai sei to ho ke ho to wa ke ding yong hilo pi cho e ki hom tau te ke tia aji chu a law chu constitution india yum ta ji wa chu india law dong ji chu center thu cho na center ho chu ke ho to nga he cho le center a len pen chu prime minister bana chu tu to government tu bjp a chu home minister hungai chu hunga chu ahung ni ang je mai lang sai na ko na attack ke bol na tamta kampo pi om pet na yong chu tho chu the ground reality ho chu present evol dan pa chu poimo chu neta le present ke bol lam ti pa chu na emotional de se lo wa sai ngai chu he chi capitalize ta sang kingo tu na ama ta wa lam kai ho chu iti bol tam ke poimo re yong chi kampo pi yong chi chu chan pu dong chi as of course imphal long chu chi thon nai ti cha ko na chu line link chu na ki sim diu ta chu process chu continuous process ya na iti ham ka po ke wang chu boi hi ong chu pana chu mla ho ko ngo yeng hin tin na mla hon ap kham ding kham tan lo ji o cái na sa mo ya mi pi cho mo ni pi cho control bo lo he lai cái na sa mo ya amo ke boi ya convince ka na hi mo mong lo ja yong chu ka hi ham ka po ye ai wa nga chu adi chu government na chu ipu mam ilung han nau chu government chu ngai lung han nau chu reserve forest protected forest ka gamu na phongu ve eviction nei bol pho me ve ka ho inu zan khang zan kim an nei khat ne lung han nau resentment chu sa ngai chu valid chu jinu chu ka het him chu hi le chun mai thei entire public hi lo pi cho mok hung hi pa cho later on hung ya bilap hung hin tin na cho lung han nau chu to ayong tok sum cho government of india nei thei cso to kuki zo mi ma cso ho cho tok sa ko khom cho ala ko khoma yong ipi kho ding ham jong cho anei ham anei lo ham ka hedi po ye vele han during all these course kum ni sunga chi vet nai le yes ke bol dan chu him bol ai ke bol po hong ke dan ta im fal chu chi hi le capitalize bol witin political demand kha chu del phasa witin hi chu no te tiu hi ana te chu okay object boy lo pi chu del phasa thei chu del phasa u chu ya chu mla ho chun in less than 10 days ni som ka chu fa hi ding hi chi ke compensate na ding hi ai ke bol dan adi ta po ti ya chu sei yong chun di mo lo ai ma chu apan do ho chun alam kai ho chun ha yong le ai kai diu nom yong le ai kai diu ya chi kai na chu lo chu abang le thing noi langa e do ji diu abang le mi pi zo diu abang le koi ham ai khat ding mi pi yong chu tension ke kap tu ti la chu jing ya na kum ni sung si chu ya chu confuse you ham piu ham ai ma ke wang chun boi ke pat masang ni le ke pat na dc ham khat sp ham sdo ham khat chunga alunga han le mla nga le gup ke pun khomu wa cm ko ma nei transfer pin ati theyu le hilaya I ho in ki hal sorry I ho in I ho sung evict ke bol do ho chu request a bol wa stay athum theyu cho bol lo wa ami pi zo chu provoke a bol to ai ke na sa wa kala intin mla ho chu ko lo chu ke wang chu ya chu mla mp chu len ko ma chu ipa pan sa din ti ham mi pi ti la mi pi ho ki na sa na dinga bol din ti ham ka ti na chu lem
no ai khat chu ami pi ho chu ama ho to son ki chu mi pi be ya mla thelo mp thelo ama hon a ball depend ta chu mi pi a day ham ipi ham I condition nu chu oppress I chu chu hi a hele ama ho to depend ta chu center langa iti lampanga phut yu ham iti mi pi dei chu ka hi lo le e ho dinga mi him bola e ki bol ta lo a hi lo le i condition wa hi thei ta lo chu i ti thu nu wa hi ti tu chu nga e ki bol nau ta bang hi ta bang chan chi nei ki lo bi hi hi ti chu nga he e ho dinga apa pen ta chu i ki ham government a ko na i pilo a loido de ham ti tri zo
ya chu ka sei chi chu la capitalize volume chu ko ka support ka ti chu bol he na ko poi na chi chu tu chi so ke chu za kai chu tu ge yang chu chi chu ko ka sa de lo pi chu objection ka nei lo chu ma problem chu ke on inner dynamics a ki he chu a tha do perspective a chi sei le tha do chu tribe khat ki ya census a yong largest tribe ki ya tha do ki hi na chu ku ki thing no im na zo si a chu except kampo pi tai lo wa chu tha do chu ki organize sei lo chu tha do min til khat tha do in PTSM in a ki bol tha do chu very small clan a hi neo zo hi upa zo hi thei pon te ti a ku kin PKS o KWS gampa ma city sunga TSA ke pu go no lungo hang aki bol cho si chu lungo hang cho later on biren chun tha do chu sympathize ani ya chu biren to tha do chu kai ma na me thai to kai ma na bol ya biren chu relevant to lo pi to a chu chi ta cho for now he is gone I want to tha do identity chu mjing cho ale tha do chun tha ma won identity ni ya asima hi le kuki ho chu hypocrisy hin lam kai chum lo thing noi thu hin thing noi khat sa ki to lo thing noi ama ma area MLA bo bol kuki nei chu who is the owner of kuki ti chu identify ngai ta cho ko adinga ala historically ad ka identify le chun kuki ki ti chu kuki in pi manipur KSO so and so ho he ki cho kuki mi now fight nom lo pi chu chu zo po hap mo abang ne ko tu po ti abang na ai tele po ti kuki ong chu about no hypocrisy ngan ji cho yes we are from the same village we are from the same clan we are from the same area we have had the same food habit hi ja chu ki khan thei po we phung na chang ang thakhat iti a emotionally hi ji wa ki khan nom lo thu bo ya a constitutionally a yong chu AKT ku ki to chun tha do chu ki khan nei cho len bang chu ke AKT ke hi ti cho objection nom lo ja ma ken ma ho chu ai po ye tha do ni chu lem ka ti cho ai ma chu ke AKT ke hi ti cho le constitutional separation chu mai chu ya ku ki chu define nga ye chu ka define wa ke ho perspective chu ka sei ya ke on peace ka de yu chu mai le ko ma surrender ki bo lo chu hi chu nei het ki ji na problem hi chi hi ya chu ki sei ya a ku ki lam ka ho chun amo representable ki tho ya ku ki people's aspiration chu SA chu a pursue ya wa process a chu ka nai le sincerity lo chu ngol bo lu chu a chi chi chu tu ni a mi khat thi ding a thi in le sai pi khu hoi pen a sil pi deu la hoi pen a sa pi deu ai wa nga cho wi chai vai le jing ne mei thai cha ga ba gong ho chu i pi ne du ha ma don lo chu ki so ho cha ma don lo chu a le chi conflict chi violence a chi short be le boy na hi ki ti a chu ha non violence resolution ang ai ki ti a peace ke pil bo ya anyway pi le saving chu tam ta am cho wa perspective tam ta May June July 2023 ho chu ye la wang chun izan tong bang jing
ken tham phan se ngau mai si nang perspective to ke perspective ki bang lo mai te but then yeah Voltaire koi pe na he said I may disagree with you but I'll give my life to defend your freedom of speech right to speak ti haram janan kati dan chu nang head dan le ke head dan ki banglo mai the I think nang Bangalore na kai lai ham Facebook a khat ve ke u ka han jo mic dang tha do se hi pi ta ga ti le tribe certificate ulen tribe certificate na tha do ki la si chu tha do hi na ti na mic you remember I think you were still in Bangalore na Facebook WhatsApp ham tonight and just a chat kasi nang ko ma kasi ka chu innovation khat wang he masanga chu thi sana tha do hello le kapau tha do he ama ho cha te ho he tha do kin adang ho yong he tia le chun exclusive hello le bloodline ai se ya le chun a movement to chanam khat ya to restricted hin nang bol hi na scope wang tham garu ding but nang lai ding chong ba yo teng le hitana to akinga na garu de kati chuna mai you also we disagree but in a very I mean you put your point of view across can you say point of view up ka koi cho to kasai nom chuna mai AK2 le tribal thado thu chu na sei cho dia di cho a constitution a chu kolo wedding a chu lo constitution framer ho tribe recognition lisa chu that thado to any Kuki tribes alone thado to gangte na paite alone any other recognized tribe chu constitutional scheme of framework a khat cha chu ki banglo cho ko khat apunga ki bang chongloi la ayong thado la pang yong ma AKT ki la yong ma that is personal choice a ki koi cho ti lo ke oi chu yong ka ki shen ni to nang hau kip ni ya AKT hau kip ki la yong ma hau kip thado ki la yong ma na ai wa nga chu any Kuki tribes too is just a choice like any other recognized tribe as per the tribe recognition. But once get unki go form tin Kuki ki to nangin mic nanop lo mai the nangin Kuki to AKT na me chakwa he kiwang chu problematic akala na mic hi chu nang perspective ya kichipa chu khatwe wang chu kitha ho ki ngai dia ai chu ipgm itia le khat koi pen chu dia koi pen di lo ham ti chu idin le leng te ya ai wa nga thisan alo le gui nu ai zop teng le ha da wi e hope poi ti hi e o number kai su ai phung tam ta hin e hope poi ti ye wa chu na mai ni Kuki tribe ki revive le ki central pun tin tha do yong cha men tan tin suboi po te any Kuki tribes umle hitwa to phung ahup lo si sin che chun kila le hi cho be khom tan te ti sa na sei khat chu kapom na khat wang che le tha do ho chun Kuki ki ti organization a chu ipiha nahung jaw lu lo wa le chun adang phung dang ho chu lam kai di chu na kin nang ko ma ka sei khat chu join the thing and then take leadership ta chu thado population hizada hin any Kuki tribe na like 2002 2003 are recognized religion first census is 2011 chu hicha chu any Kuki tribe chu Kuki ho chu what 38,000 or something 28,000 bo 80 ale chun technically it's correct but hi wanga chu wedding kha chu piham ti ale ikat government scheme mai lo la danga vet tem le chun ami pi chun any Kuki tribes alo la thado gang te zo pai te a che vet lo chuna e ho ki ko kom ki tin le tham khadin zo mi ti tham khadin Kuki ti wa atam zo hin thado tribe certificate kila hen nang any Kuki tribe ma kila ayong le irrespective of whatever Kuki chu kahe nama accept lo ma tham bin a try my accept lo ma that is their call kama ho bet dan ya but a two people and ji biham dila ichen hello khat chu nang yong chu thado chu nangin phadza na pom chu ken lang khat chu ken ka pom chu ai wa nga chu e khat thisan khat elo le no ucha pa cha hi na chi pas ki chen hello khat chu me chu na what we are talking is in terms of outlooks or perspective khat is mic so chu na sei khat chu adang dang to na me chop ka ti dan chu tha do le ipya Kuki ku tha do ho chom ka hi ve lo le pa boi lai ta na sei pa chu acceptability amlo na chu khat hin tin hi chi da tu sei ka ti dan chu MLA on an pan do win cha chu na thip be ki win di ho chu chichu amy ho 100% la I think 80% ho hin to say diasa mai de jo awan thildang tampi ho to hong ki kop teng le na to say pa jo adi e yong le koi bi chat accept bol the lo jo mai nang ko ma ka sei ju na khat go te si ewo society a chu mi khat in elung gel to ki banglo se ase ya le either you sideline him or head of the yang so society cannot prosper na ye chu perspective hi achom chu ngai jo tolerate ngai jo ai le honesty khat pa hi society wa hi wa da chu na tong ding ai lo le kita ta na tong ibui teng le so pi ki hol yung ha teng le mi ki pai mang ki pi kha jong hi ham pi yong chu gel thei kha di chu na tu say ho chu a lot of people will support you I want a problem je pe ham ti le kha chu le wrong timing KUKI thado thu sei pha chu timing chu di lo chu abul ti la chu na sei lo pi chu mic ai chu ipoi now mi pe no chu na yong ne het tim dia I think you're quite sensible na ai le akika la e ho internal fissure ho hu ma pa na hi I think somewhere all this like December ge yang chu hi chi tu hoi ging lo chu hi chu a hong gin hi amawang ka sa amai ai chu nang ma perspective ya hin jo hi there be a time to resolve all this but then na puja pacha supi na chu choi asai phat ai lo le chom khat wang chu kinga wa pha chu chu hu jong ki mang to lo hun jong hi mai hun chu successful ta na man ha
Len
nin ko jam ke ti le ke yo nin ko lo bi chu la
hello kyo hin tha do program to si oppose na bol hi ti le na nga diu ham hi chi khat dei accident nei phot leo chun tam nai ta ve to tha do program go tia se ka bol le KWM na na kha diu se lo nga che bo go le KUKI mi na kha diu
mai
em yen ngo Michael
hung to ni nge mai na wa pha jo go tia na bol silonga bol le to nong je diu chi bi jam
tu ve ta
Hello. Saying
cái là về yen ngo
Bible study ka jaw
yen ni
ka saying thing. Nang hon tha do na ti wa ka che hi a hi I ma yo che ki sai di nga ma ta to e ho ki to mo ji a ikil if you tell you ikisu tim te o hi til di zong hinam tha do zong koi do on KUKI zong koi do on gam tum inei lo le boilo ham te pa hi to ken ka boi ki tha do ka hi le hing tin KUKI ka hi le kai ipiki hi zong le amei le ho no ya tu ko nom lo he si ki tha do hon zong he win lang KUKI hon zong he leo tum ka dei ke chu tha do KUKI an hi ni a ka no chu tha do se ka he yong ko ti lo tha do tu KUKI no ya ma he ti a ka pom tu le KUKI no ya tu trai tam sa o ma chu kiti a tu kala he ya ipi ham khat ke I ta he ti kal to le a ilampi ikisu boy sa ngwa ti ho ko ma ipi ham agreement khat itim the ya ti to na the khat no tha na the khat resolution khat isi mo wa agana ganga itil del ho ai lo le tu chunga situation tu chunga hi e ho dinga ga sei dinga tu beauty ta ta ipi ham khat de me ke ho ko na I separate na di uchi ngai to lo ipi san dang in ne yo wam ka in lo teng le e ho e bol na sang wa ho zo hen ita te itu te hin bol kit leo mi noi si gun se na du khat be le me long hon e tha du khat be le me hon e tha du aka lai ho tha do KUKI a iboi do mi itu do ma itu do e ho ki ding ni kalu ahana hang ji he ke bang na hon iti le gele wa
mamanga se saute na mai jo ten le nang in se nang iki pho gi ya na mai timing wang ju di ka sa lo ke wang chen hun jo timing di lo KUKI ho pa lo mu da ya mok la wang chun I think that is wrong naman nom le naman diu yeng chu ai wang a chu timing hin na lai chu mai ka yi chu in ki hal isu pi le now
ken yen ngo
tam pi na lai in tin na mang han se yo le
cái yen nut pe là Michael ka support le jong om dan di tuan lo ma pen cái đi đàn là cho KUKI thì chẳng tribe tòm hi in no thà đồ ham tình song so thà đồ nó bom lâu chút cái thầy à giờ hi lệ tribe recognition là ya thà đồ bê lệ phùng tế anh pilin thà đồ bao mang tình thà đồ tribe anh record giờ hoa para na boy chút cái thầy mà cái song in hồ thà đồ ta KUKI anh vai tô no no azo te song nam dang tiếng KUKI na chân no bằng KUKI khen khăn là thà đồ bom lâu anh dia khong sai lắm te bang lung dim gì thế bằng khong sai group à ông chả nói xuống là bùa yo thôi chả nắm đăng tên là KUKI cho cái support ý là dòng KUKI in pi cái support thầy lo à giờ là KUKI in pi là ông coi à sen cái là KUKI in pi là ông thế hao kịp gen khong sai gen đàn ông to cái bằng trai đăng lụt thầy mong lo ama sa pe na tha do pen the largest tribe in Manipur hi in no pau khat tho se te teng AKT jong hilo ding tha do gwa jong hilo ding tha do KUKI in om la chen KUKI aming lon di to no na ki tua lo jang wa oi man jong bel tang salo aseng gel tun KSO isi te tha do speaking tia to hita azai tha do student jong function lo tha do youth organization of function lo nam dang tengin ki chup dewa philanthropy hila student body la kinai jadin trai boy sa van teng fel ta nei din hoteng teng kia son noi KKL noi om di azo ta use do PTC tha do in pi teng hila KUKI in pi noi om di chu ya to no huti lo in sen kha da tha do ham jang tha do dei lo AKT cha nang tun lam ka buai nang nei la tha do pau jang ten zo cái KUKI hilo ki chen a hi hang KUKI ta zo ming vai la apai ta speaking ta tha do speaking ta ma boy ya ton Micheal jang chi bangin ko KUKI hilo chi la chen meitei te ma ya KUKI ki hi tho ju dan do khat ano a largest tribe pen neu khan ki siam thau la chen anam dang te pen zui di to no nang boy chang anam dang teng ki chup chini to zo sung jang chu ki bang khat la jang hilang a zo tribe ba separate do chu ki om the to no pen akoi KUKI akoi tha do akoi AKT ki thei zo lo paw khan tho tribe khan om thei la chen chu nam dang ten chu bel di ja tuan ichi banga tu naga khwan neu cha tiếng lại mà in to mà tòm thế cái tên lãng xìm mà anh nấu là cái tua lâu nè lại sinh nói mi tâm nè lại bằng khom thầy lâu chứ nào bắt vay phải năm đăng tiền dạ cái kia nó bằng ngay đắn này đuôi lên
mà mang sẽ dùng cho đi thâu cho mic này respond no mà cái gì đàn chứ na iki boy nào thì nang le ke pin mà sang apa na hung ki boy pan ta cho tha do le KUKI elo le phung dang ga ti ding a cho
chaka
he
chu
dan ga se chai ngena mai he dan pau ni cho mai khat chu hi le gui nu a su lo yo ma gui nu a ki bang lo cho ai le e ho historical elo le understanding is basically orally transmitted it to cha corruption yung the head now yung ki banglo mai the but tu tha khada chu movie khat ka we jo why I love California or Los Angeles na people don't speak about what was but then people talk about what is possible or what could be ti khat nal ka sa jo ta i problem po i mic phai sunga ei mi ho hello inam mi ho hung jam do hin why it is so painful ai chu thing la nga a khoyong cheng thelo hello le hunama ti te ong e ho nam na tong hiong le phar khada chu hitia chu e ho sungka yong ki buya thing la nga yong in sa thelo hello le gen the ya phaya chu ki chol do da na phaya nei le go hello in ka ki sa ale permanency khat o min lungmong ka cheng the rule of law o me ti a phaya in sa yong tamatam masanga lengpan anapi gam yong hiti hot mang tampi ma cho hichi trust pa is all trust pa that was broken na ye chu hichi safe sanctuary ta bang ya phai sung chu hichi pa thingla nga chu more dunga ka chengo chu hung ki boy win tin chu they are all susceptible to law and order problems. So Infal wasn't expected to be like that. Hichana Napachu, Tachu Emile ho in letter assigned was separate administration at Tum Pauchu. Amo Kiowa EPGR, EPG probable balls, a ball one to Amon a say low dear. But if it was something amo gel all la amo patchom ning assign le koi mi na support lo de jo but ka sei pa mi pi in phaya ga chen kidding alo le that trust that bond pa break it hichi pa atan pa jo ti a jo emile ho sign lo jo tu pi de lo jo ami pi in amo on sign hi yong le mi pi in hi chiwang hi cheng khom te to poi ti a athum tho tho de da emile ho in Manipura election kate kidiu hin Manipura tawte ti wale ami pin ama holoi hi atham ni jo hichi condition ju to mai ta ju emile hoi ngo diu ham elo le nangin nage lai phaya ke gacheng lut ki thengin gacheng in that nage long for me it's a non option all my friends are basically meiteis I grew up there no atam jo ju phai mi yong ni lo pu jo kyo ju like I lost all my friends. I don't care. But then injustice to fight Naito. But then I look forward to a day when meiteis and KUKIs will trade, will become business partners. Maybe they don't have to live together. Choto ba yung giel Naito. Mo yung mo muda di lo pizza ba abol kill mo. But imi himteo elol imi namil anak na taasan nakat ipite da akibot tan pa ju ajob zim lo ta ju. So pure nago the kiboy is thing lang me yeah. I want to those places are vulnerable places, not a safe sanctuary like in fact. It's all got to mean na mai gati ya to peace or yung to say no male mail or invite yung ata matam so but not the right time. The pain has to be understood na. Kichu kei perspective hai ki banglo mai the na. Might say no say I'm not lecturing okay but then that's what I feel and then a whole society has to I can understand your pain. Kati Ranju, if they don't like you, they won't listen to you also. They'll just sideline you, which is not something I don't believe in. Kamu dapen nang ni maite, nang dinga ke kahi maite. But we should talk. If we want to find a solution. That is not what we are doing. We are not honest. In relation why honest is low KUKI lam kai ke zomi KUKI zo lam kai ke tion zomi ho ko ma ke huwang le anung lang ajang wat ke shell maite. Zomi ho nai ho to ke wala ke shell maite. Then how will unity and how will we progress? No, it won't happen. You think no me ho ne ho ko pem kata say ting le anung lang agenda har koi wai ke hu pi wal ju iti to solution hum dem. I'm not saying they are doing it, but then I feel there's a lack of honesty and openness in our approach. Chiwang chu I can see it na. How me sorry, yeah, Mike, you go ahead then social worker.
Len boy nahi nga say banga eho pat tu chunga eho first things first we have to set our house in order hicho. Pele ho chun non naga zo si chu blanket na British terminology tiding ham KUKI a blanket na mar mi zo mi thadom no wa target ei bol wa ei ivik do ta in fala ko na so hicho group chu pan khom ngai cho hicho group pan khom na ding nga chu IPP ham to tai se ka sei nom ta poi pan khom ngai
Mike, question ne khatan dong na Mike. Don't mind, but then let the conversation flow. Hele Mike, you're quite a smart guy, na. Hele iti nihechula naga kilo jo se jo a target ta. Hele mingol ne pon. You're quite strategic in terms of whatever you have done till now. I've been observing you. Hele thados KUKI kay po inatiya hele chun. May one ne say hele chun strategically it makes sense. तो आजा थादो कितलो पाइते कितलो जोमी कितलो मिजो कितलो जो हे थाओ दा जो किची जो आजु थादो जो KUKI kai point ti जो I think it's a lose situation na win-win situation lo जो nang dinga इपिजे आने से हम का head थे लो जला care to explain that Mike
ta chu kasai bang a chu target was to all the non-Naga. So Zomi Hongju are very much allergic towards KUKI. They don't complain. Mizo Hongju nobody complain. Hadon complain to Bolo picture. But there can be a common aspiration. This can be better capitalized. The suffering, the pain. It's okay. Say banga. Platform si PP nan si mo na heso okay chula nang abulapat na sama ko na PP na bolwa to Zo United sila ko na ke si na bolwa PP cho episode mo to say datang kate heso okay ale hi cho chun PP bolom ti yong chu say datang kate heso okay most importantly chu a situation chi vet na hi le thado ho chu Biren Singh uicha tolli thado ho chu meitei ho tolli ti chu conflict masanga ko na chu umai cho che thu hi ale thado student office ki kha mizo ho to adu da bole ti ki ti thado to meitei to Biren Singh chu ke kan kho ma chu victimize ki bol khom so we didn't say anything ma ke say de lo pi chu a conflict the was better capitalize nothing a platform za na sim wa chu thado chu subdue casualty yeng chu ya chu thado ho chu cái bằng chu KUKI organization na kapan kha lo ne het chu conflict masanga ko na KUKI organization na kapan kha lo ne het chu you know me very well ai wa nga chu ke ho emotion sentiment pa chu no chun used to granted na lo chu ama na het di ya unity is more important than the name kiti chu amin sanga chu sorry unity min sanga unity po imozo ti jo wa chu kenon su la dinga yong chu ala ta wa nga UKLF to KNF chun ZRA to HPC Marto Zomi to Pankoma United People's Front of Form so because they want that unity is more important than name so United People's Front of so now that the Pankoma nga ye ti chu hi ja cho na bol te o hiya in between all these conflicts around the relation boy na zo si KUKI tailo lamdang ompo KUKI minag ithiwe hi KUKI ni le imfal chi tang KUKI impose super impose ke bol na je a hi disunity tam ta ma cho letters a chu Zo United na thingnoi KUKI in pi koi zo si bona zao so ke ya oh let us name Zo United ti zo wa jong hi lungkim de lo KUKI zao he ti a KUKI supreme a hi ti group ho hin KUKI impose wa cho maybe atam je ong mai thei pi mai thei cho ai thong cho boy ka sa de poi ama cho ke ho ding a cho reflection no mai cho 2015 na tha do conclave a ko na UKLF to KNF zong chu warning ki pi cho KUKI hi federation na hi ngai in zo mamang tung na sei chu it should be a federation hi ngai ki cho federation hi ngai ki ti chu federalism chu KUKI a chum lo cho ale hi ja chu no ho chun yes nang chun any KUKI tribe is not equal to KUKI na ti cho ale any mizo hi poi ki ti thei de lo pi cho cho chun KUKI cho ko ham ti chu in hol do ngai ta cho ji chu KUKI naga conflict ma KUKI zomi conflict ma KUKI meitei conflict ma KUKI chu manipur to 30 years amum yang cho conflict ngai who are these KUKI ti pa chu vet ngai cho ti chu ale kon aran ham hi chu ti le KUKI chu thingnoi ho a hi amo hi institution ane ye KUKI in pi to KSO ki ti hi takhat a hi choi a de ya private na bo lo hi chimi na hi chi mo wa chet bo lo hi chi AKT ke hi ti ho cho ye hi ve ti chu ke bol do lo le tam opinion chu ki share thei mo lo ka public consultation thei mo lo mi pi chu suffering hi wa ngai wa nga chu tha do ho chu chum be kom wa chu a chai na chu cham pura mar to hung kin na kit a chai na zo mi to hung kin na kit to ang hi ima cham lo he la na ga gal to chi bang bang a ding a chai na le blame ge ma ki chai di so ale hi leadership lo ami lo azui lo thing noi ho na mo own personal wealth creation le amo benefit vested interest in aman is KUKI chu i tribe la tha do ya language la tha do ya culture la tha do ya hoi lai ko na hum british hum sanga tiam tyo chu tha do ho ne ki khu no ma tam rom ji lo pi chu identity chu assertion distinctness pa chu assert ka bol ya hiti chu Manipur ke ding yong kata asan lo je wa chu we don't believe thing noi honong Manipur territorial integrity ke lo ding hi ti asoi akai sao umaya ke ding yong chu approach so bol de lo chu tu tu tho gem yan the hi za tho ta wang wa approach de lo chu cho si si ho na hi le chun ku ki ho hi it's a failure ku ki politics ke ti la ku ki demand pa hi politically a hi tha do hi pom nom lo wa ma ku ki ho hi asun na ding destination lo hin amo le mo ki ngol bol lo hin them khat in atol lo hin asun na ding poi ti conviction ka ha je o wa chu ti conviction chun determine hi sa o ya it's not about making peace with meitei or it's not about that thing meitei se lo naga zomi koi koi zo si to ekichen hom lo wa le understanding hom lo le sit ki da ha Mizoram ke chi thelo le sit ki da la mun chun ki cheng thei lo i le sit Manipur state sungai chen chen now gam nei nei now wa chu i chen thei yo wa dignity nei tai chen thei ne ding wa chu understanding a poi moi ti pa approach sa chu ki chi pi ya tam ji hello hom ji hello yes we are not relevant on the ground kapo piang ka thu ke la poi cho cham prong ke la poi e chu boi ma sanga pa na ku ki thing noi ne zo si chun oppose e bol jing pe anything a chu amo idea bo chu supreme a gel je wa chu amo se bo supreme ding ti a gel je wa chu na chi pe ya e chu kon boi noi ve le chun nang en e ke ti to tha do chu ma na se khen god wa nga chu ko chun sorry ku ki chu any cookie to cookie lo le pi ding ham ti pa chu han chun interpret ka bol ya on the other hand ma ma ngien sei pa chu tha do sung ni ki to lo hi ti chu fine ki to to lo pi chu ai wa nga chu e mai ma tribe ni chi ya e mai ma tribe ma chu ki pa ngai chu suppose gui te bang khu tha do wa loi ai khat na zo mi a pai te a loi wa ti ta chu kyal so ke hang sing thung na changa sarne ma chu chi ta lo chu ai wa nga chu common umbrella as a nan naga tribe si na zo fate ti ding ham na chu khat ne te ti a hi le kuki supremacy son kuki chu pre condition na koi koi yeng ji o wa chu kuki chu zo mi la hi sa he talo yu jat o bang chu ai ja kuki khalo chu chung thang pa bang chu zo mi hak ko hi be bo chu zo chu ma ngi na ka pom ba pu kham len khup bang chu kuki pi president ki pan sa wa nga zo ho chu kha de lo chu ai kuki hen zo sung zong hi yu jat o zo mi to yu jat o langa ni a khen vai pe yong ki khen tha do ki khen wherever kuki na zo si a to problem hi tan tin ni la min activate nai la chu
can
ai
gen
ke
can
ka
mo
pa ho chu even like it reality here you cannot deny the reality na chu ja chu len vele chun strategic na ti pa chu vele chun who is more strategic time will tell na koi chu who is really interested in separation who is really pursuing separate administration in hal to solution hi lo chu mla na tet ki tawe te in hal long le chun ni jan chu thi ho chu kle ki hi ve ta na they don't care because they want to play with the emotions of the people they want for their own personal well creation na kita na bol ta cho bol dom du chu kho sa lo pi mi thi cho mong le kho sa lo pi jun de ne ma pu kia chu e leadership mo chu a bol du cho bol wa hi chan hung dai down tan tin vele chun ka poi if you still have hope and what is your destination I don't have any objection to that destiny cho lai ham bang ke poi so as a thado perspective awang to even our rights and dignity to be protected to ting le peaceful coexistence harmoniously ngai ti chu community understanding cho chai na chu aung ke focus na chu len
Strategy khatazuna Mang, just before I give you, can I just respond to Mike? Ituna Mike.
so Michael gen banga tharo chen ko ki pen a do dal chene mange ko ki supremacy gen ma zo ten zo mi supremacy ki gen jel ma thai sa me gen da ton sai pi khub bang gen te na tharo puan avela hila jong te ke ti bang ten ko ki puan che da ton zo puan lai san jong zo mi ten zo mi puan lai san che chang a zo ta zo mi jong conflict om ta tharo ta ko ki conflict ta ki bang che ton how keep gen how keep thế gì ạ văn tiếng boy đầu lắm cái how keep cô kia lắm cái how keep cái thì lắm cái how keep xem pil xem mình mua màu tiền tiền thọ sự thọ tự lên vậy là tuần coi thà đâu coi cô kia cái gen thấy lâu lên nấu tuần naga tuần boy lẽ cô kia tuần naga boy là thà đâu thế mà boy nam dang teng boy khalo ja la phla mang ki teng lo ma ho ja no KUKI to tha do na ki khen lo dingun boundary tha do to KUKI boundary dingin tha do jong KUKI again sam lo ding KUKI en jong tha do su boy lo di KUKI pen tha do ti a go hi lo KUKI chi changa tha do te kien na hi lo all KUKI are not tha do all tha do are KUKI kuna pom sem ngai wa hi lo le boy boy di en chi banga majority one tribe policy pe lai sa KUKI jong hat lo ding tun zomia pai che policy pe ja nam dang teng lung kim lo KUKI a tha do speaking te pe ja isa ki song soloi organization te tun nidang la ya ta chilun thang pa ten bang da zomi na de chila nidang a pen zomi is very simple zomi zo te gen na tha do mi tha do te gen na mo simple da wana kila kila song pai te pe nin nam dang ten zomi ben politics thang pe pi changa zo ten ki support lan lo ja ajai la zo ten chu
Speaker damo
pen
chu
political platform a
lambe mic
political platform a ki pomin azo ta zo pen zo mi pen hi la indigenous name KUKI pen chu dei lom lo British ten na pya hi changa I history a pe sa ten KUKI mi na na ki record hu ki heng thai lo phot ni tun lu sei ten mi zawa heng thai bang ja chil amao na pilu ki thutwa u ho ja boy nam lo to ai pen hi la a KUKI dei tam a zo mi dei ja lang langom ho ja ki chen sei nai lo mo ai ki to lo ja wa ho ja KUKI pen we cannot deny ai dei lom lo I min jang chu hi KUKI pen la British teng pya tom ai dei chu hi lo hi la jong I history a pe sa anglo KUKI war teng bang chan ana ki hian anglo KUKI war jang hi la adau te hi la tha do te zo te na do hi la jong ola zo te na do hang a record pe na KUKI yang na ki record ve ve thai sam ma ki na tun gen tan tun naga to KUKI boy la chen jong tha do ten ko KUKI hi lo chi la chen na inung ki hal tho de tha do te zo a jai la KUKI hi mai ai va ki lep phang a min khen thai tuan lo ne tun zo tun to chan pul lama jong pai te sim te bang te KUKI chu ki pom kim lo mai te hi la jong min political liya KUKI dominant area ang ki chi tho ai pom lo chu thu amma to no jo tha do hidin na tha do TSA jo hoita function de tha do in pyang function de as ya Manipur pen hi la tribe is not based on clan tung to na tribe lo le it based on dialect ham le pawa tribe na ki khen kha le Manipur pen tha do ham jang teng tha do ti mai zo ham jang teng zo ton lung dim te zo te ki thei lo tha do ham jang te lung dim ki chen tha do hi mai pai tia jong hang sing adi mam zo jong hang sing adi mam to yu sa do president pa hang sing in pi hang sing te helong zo speaking hi ja yu sa do pam zo hi mai ho cha bang tha do jong ko how ki tha do sa na ta zo ko hu chi kha chi am lo din sample da wen ki tu ana ding en tha do KUKI ma pa mu la chen KUKI pen hat mai de ma ton 93 vai la ya chandel la bang anal mon sang chi te population tom hila jong population tam tha do speaking to nagang bai chang amau te abel de ngom lo a ha da belo tha do te che mai ni hola ma de jong ai chin pil wang do na bang khala wa all naga teng jong all KUKI teng jong naga lo de ei lam kai siam lo ja lam kai di ki ut sing noi mi di cha sing noi mi al abol thai sim te ki that pai chi dan do la miel ma te la bang ma kilo ngam lo chi khara no pen a sen gel le kham hom tho wai ma population la tam hit la ki tua an lo o pop na chi dan de khara ni kim nei da nang ki ko yi wa nam dang ten ki mu cha no chu mei te dan chu KUKI chi tho hi la nam dang te na sangam te chi mai nen na mi pian pi sangam nam dang te pen tha do ham dang te pen le tha do te hi ki chi lo hu hi tha do to KUKI pen khel lo ding sep kom ding ki against wa lo ding thì mấy hơi tiền mà cái tên nhá
ken tham phat ga se nya iho kala hiti hoi a ideology te ikitu sa ke owa cha te idin sa ke owa Israel ten babel insang asa banga tu pau chom ithowa ipawu thakat ihiwa nga ilungelu dat chom hita i macha jong ito khom theita lowu iki ho to theita lowu ti a itil del diu jong ipi galin pita inei wangowa igalu ki mai to pi theilowa pita eho iki to boi gamuda ti isu to lowa hele sacrifice ibol diu jong di chu kegel se loading nanggel se loading hoila ya tu agreement team se hoila iki to na pe no ham iki ham ti hold do a solution di to ibol go lo to iki su name nom lo to KUKI ka heti ho jong KUKI atu ma kila do nom ho jong pangta ke thado speaking ho to atam pe ni hiu hiya thado to KUKI a iga ki boi ki nu ba ti te ni hi su thi mu wa hele tribe an form ho tu azizi hu di hiya ti te ni hi hiya aboya ti iboi je wa he opportunity I lost view pa ha de da len hi to iti pa zo hi event no wa eho hi down hi ngai ta to lam kai ho long deal su wa ipi chu solution ham hoila ya iki to diu ham iki mat no wa gal is hat diu ham ti pa hi gel thi lew hen wang tu phat ding di ya sadar hill demand su ngai yong tu pan ata kana pan ya me de ho to sangai express ke munso ma ko ahi wanga chu ni si la counter ka bol me se ho naga ho jong anop dok ase yo me le ho jong anop ase yo kalung hang be se risang ke si umlaya I khat si sadar hill gam si se ko naga ho a he ti record ana uma he ti record ka nei document ka nei ta black and white na hin po do ka ti iti amuna cheng ho het lowa chu Manipur government in naga ho to the agreement asim the ham black and white na hin po do ka ti the chip be o ta ge ya chu kyong kap ni sit le kon tho ta chu counter ka bol din ta chu kan se chu sadar hill ti ibidinga ki de ham naga ho to ki boyin development fund is that ahung wanga KUKI ho katan pha lo wo tai senapati a imayo si min senapati la kalu thei ko win ke ho dinga til unemployed youth tam ta ka umun imat benefit ka mu thei ta po wi hi na he no wang asunga uma tiang ho ka suffer now hi na he no wam dia question ka bol phat na koi mana answer thei lo kita banga tu ayong chi ibo nga panglong leo hen ha na lai ai so I thil delu hi I masang wa I golu hi I bon se ke ya thakhat na lung ki to ta ki panglong la ha sa ya e ho I ti ki tu to jeng wo I ti ki shau to jeng wo ti wang hi di the ta lo di the mo lo to ayong kum ni ba lang I hung gen the yu ta ti mo si a ki tai dinga hi koi thiep mo ham konung tieng le hung ki sei tieng le koi ngo di ham e ho yu opportunity is inei zo si mang dinga mata ti ti su ne wote ke gel se hen di pote nangel se ti pote a middle ground khat I holung ya tieng le sakhat na ilon khom tieng le koi ham koi ham ipan khom tieng le ibol thei chi ibol di isei thei chi isei di alien hi le neo hi le ti ting le chun thil khat di to ipidinga I ki ta no ham tira Manipur ke thei lo di ham constitution no ya state is that atha ki se mam union territory is that ki se Manipura ida ki se thei da da possibility uma ipidinga I ki ta no ham ko lung dong ga ki to mo manwa imayo si opportunity yo si iman ding iman no chu khonung ting le tu isa te min so a ho struggle sang ho ding a adel no pet lai ta ya ti pet na hi ingol wa hi le khonung ting le i condition a hu undi wam ji ju we have the right chance what we are doing ju ju ka position
Social what's talk Walker ha. You want to speak?
Oh, kulin kaki pae. Tu zana tu. Bu Michael zong cina. Hele, Amy pau suka team be se lau cina. Ahile zong.
Follow. Sapa yo. Follow.
Kamix di tu.
Okay.
Na. Dua. Ni boy na pen tu. Neu hile zong. Iya dengan cerita lit tu cina. Dua. Bu Michael zong kat tu. Again, kan jong ka het thiem chuna hilele what is the way forward ti chu hungen sa le chun mo po Michael a he thele chu what is the way forward aman as again chu adi chu min sa nga unity poi mo zo ti chu di pen chu hila a hile jong what is the way forward en jong ipp ham a tha do ming ha mar ipp ming tamta news a jong hele letter jong tamta PR jong kisumo hileken kamu dana chu Mizoram Sarkar website Mizoram government a website jong Mizoram Nick India chu about Mizoram history ana wetla chu ipot do na chu they clearly mention about that more min cho poi mo ben hello lezong how can we work together ni khat group khata ken tha do ka hi ken hi mi chu mi ka hi kitia ta ai ki kala boina pen chu what will be the way forward ti chu ki gen the le chu mo ken na pha de are still listen mo pulam sa na he la chu what is the way forward ti chu thank you.
Michael, answer masanga kinne khat ga se na Mike. Social issues alole supremacist view ni se ho na. I think to a large extent, a lot of people will kind of understand if you don't try social problem or the point out also. I had him tampi yung I think you're trying to solve an issue which is in society has a dominated voltail aramba in paisung adop double lotai paisung chen paisung IP ki boldo eho gamyong UT ki muhen nang group tham khatin 80 tabang khung ki sem wen nang anob na bolle hi charge IP ki boldo na. So these are social ills or potential pitfalls which nang the face of ken the face of the society wa joy wake up calls chi issues or raise ball guys. So people don't like it, but this has to be raised. Chipai thadole KUKI namana naket pai. I think that is a mistake. But other than that, point of view na raise also. I think I can swallow that. I can even try to understand and see your point of view. Na. So, mamangin na say ju kitapang hil na ipuntin. Ati ta tampi di ajo Mike. To na say ho hi nang mizo ka he lole thado ju mizo alu ta no problem. Chiju na ho perspective jo. Ewang Mizoram khatwe bo ka che na the way I see it, they also have issues like ours. Amo ho yung no athing zep athing lo zep. Luse ho chung pen ning silo ho ke ho bu ke dang si he cho you sit an paila wa Mizo that today if you go to Mizoram nobody writes their surname. I mean probably official this thing certificate mean they might use all these surnames, but then ido ala chen namin aminido ala puya alo manga, then they never tell you the last name. There's a reason behind that, because they have given up their small mindedness in terms of being fixated to their families or small interests. They are concerned about the bigger interests. So social watchdog in also very pertinent, Michael. Kati so where is the way forward? Hai sunga chu ting hanga yung in la kisi thei pun hichi na don kadi pi donation yang tipote hichi hotabong hiki eng bola lo le inam mi ki cheng kho mai wanga lungmo ki um thei lo da phaya in sa yung mai chu alo le service ya lo ma alo le uh, some of them are like lengpan gamna pi ya cheng with different reasons so that's why many colonies came up hichi trespass it's broken forever a hichi pa problem na point out also they are all very pertinent but then that has to be solved through a vocal this thing exposing who are the people who are trying to gain something at the expense of unity. So if you don't get UT, it will not be because of the MLS or it will not be because of eho kinaji. Katida eho chichi khachi ilo. Unity am lo we won't get it. That is assured. That's to say unity is the idea. But then lamka inyong not everything will be correct. Till he unki pe progression is not that everybody is smart enough. But nang say bunga kapay lo ka pam dile ibui teng le wato kiti yong le kiti tau te kiti ya teng le thambot ihung ha je teng le achom be ki say cho that is not done na ta chu athupi pen chu ami pi mu jong vet ngai chu akuki zo en ti ho hin ale zo mi ho to yong ke ho we nam akuki zo chi ti hung ki pat do ham yong ki hello. But amipi tampi hin ahi le kuki se jo apom thelo le zomi elo le sopi maro era koi jong le zo to chot hen ikan khom wale at least ikitu the tawe te mi yo sin ikitu the tawe te ami da sina gal chu me le hot ichiu yong oi mja he do sa lo jo for at least 1 month no paper national papers and everywhere even if it was reported adi lo gena report jo ewo thi omo thi ase in ki halo church ki halo yo ki solo jo it was all suppressed then social media warrior hot jarang kwan fight wa hicha ju hungki he jo alle going forward hichi problem ho jo umna lai jo mike so if you are trying to hit at the whatever ewo society control bola agenda ni mi umane he na se jo Joe finding I don't think pitting Thado and KUKI is a wrong thing. We got Thado Young to the question Manipura two Jungai face power comes illegal immigrants. Nangin Jong Koham got the phone a hoi Thado ne KUKI na tenati wanga hunki shene jona I mean young say that because Thado Tanga ki recognize masang along Adang says Choma ki recognize masang whether we agree or not. Some colonial writers write as Thado KUKI and whatever, but then most of us, all of us, even the Mizoram Homa State archive file, Porter, we were known as KUKIs Takisun Sona. Aleho Yosel KUKI in the theater. That means KUKI was there much before 1950. Basis NRC and Boawalasun. KUKI to Eddie KUKI tribes as an Jota, Eddie KUKI tribe Jatu. This is a problem in it. That is, I think, not another discussion for another day. But society powers thamkhanin eho amaho benefiting a control power he khoepalo ho achum vision of it awai wang amahon levels of pull power dina salo wala I think you have every right to expose that. But hichichu thadole KUKI ka natulman pas problematic ka sa tu na Mike. But you have your right, but can we hold this for now and then we need to fight for a place where our children can prosper and then we don't want war with anybody. Our neighbors, we should be like growing together as even trading and business partners and trade and commerce has a flow. That's nang mudana jo I think it's your chance to even clarify. Haya ga chending nang upsat ki dam lo le. Why? What do you think is the way forward? Aye chu nasi khat kapom khat chu. Like it was like a joke. So many names came up, and then khatwele hichi ki put na khatwele ga ki khel kit Mizoram kinuk to ge chi wa khat ki put ki hichi at mi thamta jana wa ge ansu ta si so that you're right. Hichi admit bol na jo, but then kasai bonga jo lam kai ho yong jo, not all of them are like born leaders or ahung galboi to in hal to boy so ke jo da jo alhu alhu boy den yong ki umai te jo. It was a learning as you go. Ajo abol khel wale lam ka no dang lam ka ko be ki bol khel ta he team min to ajo kuki zo amin he ta hi chi hi chom khat mang wit tin teng le ut mu yo teng le assembly nei teng le ki ho within ki tu na pen wajun khel tau di tiu le chen. I think there is a way forward. Tu sunga chu so I think TV dunga ikishen na pa ho e ho sung ka nang le ke ho na ding tu zo mai I cho se ho tham cha khat tu na ni bol wang zo ngai ka sa ke yang so so to to answer to I mean if you would like to answer social watchdog in answer thum so I think quite relevant na Michael tham hun answer te mo
itilam do la yung answer chom di ha ti tai injo mamang sei ta ta mamang yung chun tha do lang ho sentiment het lo ya chu he thei ding ham reconciliation khatum thei ding ham ti hi yung chu kho de ha manga kuki amang chu kuki supremacy sa hung hi kit na chu record zo si kuki au me ti cha zo hung pan sat go pa wang chu tham chat chu tha do lang ho chun any kind of colonial writings connotation tha do ho chu kuki hi tha do das kuki ke man ho zo si chu tha do conventional chu override ke bola ke wang chu disown ke bola ta hiong le ka he me a sentiment chu unity de ya chu he was trying to explore if there can still be a chance to ti ha ki pun khom na khat um thei na lai ding ham a do le kuki ki ka opinion differences wa ti hi ko de he sting le ka sei nom chu kuki ho de nga chu tu a he tha do hon kuki ka po ati he panic na di lo chu pi je na mi ti le a ground chu tha do in a dominate lo chu tha do zo si chu kuki ki so chu tu a he kampo pia ko tu a phata tha do zo si ke bul phu wa so champura ITLF a ke bul phu wa kam tingo pala kukin pi tingo pal chan je la amuwa masanga tha do kai ki yo sin chu tu a chu everybody fall in line separate administration demand na area a chu tha do ho kuki kai poi ti ho chen influence ki nei lo chu nil hi chu ale agrangwa ka chi wa boi na ka si mu wa SA thai lo ding hi tha do kuki poi za hun ka ti wa confrontation ka volume matam lo pi chu we are irrelevant it's only kind of just advocacy thado distinct identity assertiveness khat chu kachi pi ya ama chu hi chi chu ipiti ma kukilang ho chun problem na yuwa ho to ding he ti wa hi le chun kukilang ho chun thado yong hi stakeholder hi ti a chu asimu ngai chu ti teng na chun way forward to enjoy social ikhan na sei chu way forward na chu thado opinion should also matters as a blood brother thì là ba chỗ di chỗ ai mà chỗ present context à cookie meitei conflict à chỗ thà đồ opinion chỗ doesn't matter có tu is there ITLF is there KZC is there ITEC is there Zomi Council is there that thà đồ doesn't matter TTC is there so tiwa so they go towards their demand fine we are not opposed to that because that's a democratic right to demand ground reality ay yung hindrance sa hinaw di what we pursue is like we don't believe that the spirit more sentiment hi khat le hung thiding hi public memory is very short the emotion will die very soon and this emotion has been used by the so-called cookie leaders ya to false hope appeal hi for their own political gain hi chu ke ho side of the story cho ya to even if they don't matters earlier the inclusive platform was so united if so united hasn't broken then fine inop no bol the hi tai in tabang it's just like a freedom to mu tabang hi ta cho adi chu no more inclusive platform lo ale home ministry in jong kha do to stakeholder a sim de lo cho they call zomi council kuki zo council mar in pui and their matters fine for de lo pi chi chu so those are never a part of the stakeholders on the ground everywhere fine wa chu ka sei nom pen chu sa chu building hi a political aspiration chu hi a the present conflict to kan man wai la tai ne le SOO group mà lụt ngài hết ta cho SOO group thinh noi ya lụt ngài cho cái phung thinh noi cái hậu kịp cái là hậu kịp lại bị thinh noi ya cho cái lụt đinh hầm trong lối ni ai lệ kia đây yuan lụt đinh hàng sinh ni là kia đây ya nó lụt đinh tí ta bằng ta cho ôi bò bò vai là chạy na không chỉ có đàn nè thì ra cho SA del ho hin cái sel che riêng adel tapo về thì hi cho thà đồ perspective cho thì opportunity coi mà nei pe lo cho cho đừng way forward to cho lung gala cho if thado perspective matters thado in TSA perspective matters we want to tell to the people that it should be truth telling why the leaders are playing hypocrisy in ha lo chu pi lo pi chu in ha lo hi pi lo pi chu ka in chu thum ve li ve ha lo chu boi lo pi chu ai wang a thu thi lo chu a thu chi ti yong chi lo ke ei that yong la thu thi lo di chu heading khat chu a thu a chu ti ho mo ngai thi san khat hi zat khat nam khat hi ve ti ai le tha do ho human rights pa chu persecute ke bol pa hi a dignity chu respect ti ngai chu le tha do ho chun truth telling a hi this separate administration demand that comes out from MLA is equivalent to the amount of su group thing ho akon hung be ve tho tho hi home minister pa hung achun any kind of separate administration political talks it will be done through su groups at you so yeah so at the initial days ITLF ko tu ho yong so su ho to kyo de he at the SO group to the ape ho wa they drop the political demand thing hung chi so public ho so update hi lo ham i hai min wa o ham hai lo le leader ho chunga wai hom gut no ham khat zo zo cho leng do ta cho yeah to way forward to KUKI lang perspective ha to confuse new cho for tha do wa cho restoration community understanding cho mấy lo nei thao hi KUKI nei hi sa nei thao hin ai ma cho KUKI chu kai lo hi het kan ngai manipura KUKI ki ti ko ham na ki hol do ngai ki ti cho ale zo mi ki ti cho hi KUKI hi po ve na tha hi lo hi tai ne het hi lo na thao hi na wo hi ne het hi lo hi ki chu a chi ngai cho ji chu imphal chu bazar de tabang ki di chu emotional hi ya chi sei tu ya ni khat le ulihar airport hin man kit tiu kampo pi imphal chin ringa tidim ro ta man kit tiu ma zo sia chui thei lo cho tiger road to german road jong ku koi man lampin sim hi ta hung khul kit di cho e ho chu emotion chu chom cha bo cho social experience ki ne ya almost 10-15 years it's a three bills are to ka sentiment san dan chu three bills are to I have been running pillar to post ipium thaiting am pia experience first hand experience kan ni ya achai na zen yuwa thing noi hon ke to thim be ni ti wa su thip be mo bo cho ki cha ki tai te chu kin tin same to repeat ke bol kit ding chu conviction ki nei ya chu ki cha ho loi hi ke chap dan hi ti bo be ti chu ke het ja ti ma ki sei lo wa refrain ki ke bol do zo thu bo ya ya to identity cultural identity assertiveness to present conflict to political demand to religious lang group to ikan mat ni lawang chun confusion chu tamta ding kamu phawa tha do hon distinct identity ake sei lawang hi short tho ta present conflict masanga kon ta KUKI in the organization reformation ding jong chu KSO jong chu TSN ke pan masanga ko na jong federalism hi chi pi nga ye ti cho naga chu 22 tribes kun ke ho naga ka hi ti deny bol lo cho whereas KUKI chu vai phe kenlin thang cho pan sa wang wa VPC hun KUKI kai tai ti di lo cho ke je sia ga pan wanga deny bol cho KUKI terminology cho koi man apom lo cho tribe apom khat cham lo cho KUKI chu chi ja chu hi chi redefine bol ngai ti na chu initiative chu kila lo pi cho as a nam khat ni na chu min khat nai ke po khom thei du ham KUKI hong chu ke tem thoa failure ngen hi ta cho chu ka head and so sung to we know the inner dynamics. We have met all the leaders and we have been working together, and we know that this conflict will not heal anything. It's a conflict he have nahi bove emle hon ananga di hi mi pi ati levin me lei a provoke movin chief minister biren chunga lunghan now chumi pi akina asa ovin ti ho hi boy masanga ko na ke a mi a provoke mu cho su tip diu ya su tip lo he la kina asa o hi ti cho convince ka hi jo wa chu ke sei ya cho hi record bo wan thot do mai the ya ko di hi ai wa nga chu convince ki lo chu conflict ni kina lo na dinga avoid the ma avoid nom lo bol thu mo wa e kina sa hi leader ho hin ti cho boy na the hi tam ta me lei ton e mi kina jing hi le ma khong la ho bang more ho bang khu ni sha kina cho ai wa up to the level of communal la hung chi lo am kon tu nga hung leng zo lo hin tin ya chu ve nai le len ka sei ma banga chu ke chu imphal brought up dong kai lo pi chu ai di imphal ma ta su na te imphal da po pa su na te imphal la mo chu ne ai nu siu chu ke chu imphal la ai mi ho ki le sa ki bol thei sa dan chu alo na ji ve hi chu ai wa imphal la chu in mun lo mun ka nei lo wa nga chu ke ho conviction chu ai le one day or someday once the emotion dies down trauma period ni hung ke chai ting le hen Imphal International Airport hing mangkit ting lampi ke mangkit ting logistical point of view wa chu denai ke bol thei lo ding ma cham lo wa chi ding to ayong min peace talks home ministry na ko le better capitalize bol di chula bol ta sa nga chu turn down ke bol chu lam kai ho chu mandate ka nei po e tu la ko ham mandate nei who is the leader who is the captain of the ship tu conflict nga hi border fencing bang chu kilam ka na khaw chu ai wa nga tu ni chun khaw la jo group ma chu ka mu le kilam ka ho ma man hon kit nu chu army ho to ke tho a kelam point za nam khat chu lim ga la do ke pan nai tia center a video kap do ding mai me a hon sa kit chu kha ko ham ti la ki ho ma hong ko ham ti la kilam ka ho ma he chita bang hypocrisy ho hi leadership ma hi identity ethnicity beyond a issue grievances case achal na wa hi I matai success na mo lo cho gam hu na ding tu ne chula you know you are very much a part of Olian Thai and later on you back off na Olian bang cho ho cha chai ni chan ka pan cho non compromise hey le compromise lo di ke ho lo di land issue ho bang ya I ve na le se yong ti sei nom hi a KUKI cho ne yum hi a ne ho chun ke boi pi diu yeng cha cho ha do business ai pon ki kum po te tu nong relevance nei po ve SA de lu su boi po te kampu pi a chi po te cho cham pu chi po te more chi po te su boi pi po te relevant hi po ve KUKI ho chun tha do opinion doesn't matters for them tha do is immaterial darong darkar sa po ve po mo sa po ve bo ki bol na win te oppose po te but community understanding wang bo lu iten KUKI hi po ve wang hi phata esat ki bo lu ite ti pa bo wa chu line chu ki kai ham ti a chu ko mu ya cái poe nó ni kia kia là bom thầm
Like
nó sợ mình
clarification ne khat nen pe na olin pai thua house puin rigat dekha kagam hi kazu ro de ti asaina in pi do na chu wa chu amin sei dau te na lam kai he ho chu na sei chu ka het thin chu chung anoi ho ab su boi di ho in problems understand about ball pada chu can involve lo de ti pa na chu ke chu istana chu ka nga ai le I ho problem chi pham de le thil khari ball versus ai chi jin chu KUKI tha do then I'm never fanatic okay any KUKI tribe he nang ipi only for me it's just a matter of certificate but the moment anybody becomes fanatic I don't like it KUKI fanatic kya karna hai athu pi penchu are we in a position to build a better future for ourselves athado chu ipi se yong la chu 1950 56 masanga chu bonds ke KUKI is okay chu na koi hi wa chu now if you consider that as supremacist, that is a matter of perspective. But wedding chu, nasai pa chu adi adi chu. To space ayong space ball ngam yom talok yo. PR min adi na hello le. No, your society problem chu. You can't speak the truth. You are as unpopular as possible. But the problem chu kya mitya le. A society wahi everyone seems to kind of have different organizations and different voices, but final call shot seems to be from somewhere. Hichipa who no oppose akamu, I want Hichipa oppose Bahu. I think you should oppose the person and then the organization and speak truth against power. Nangin jitu Hado Kutya nak empty the Magasai Dang. Hado Kutya nak like Hichipa on low nature like
KUKI society chuna thing no yin dingin towin ati to ka chu mi pi chat lo hi chu mi pi chun ama site akila chu ama phung thing no mi site akila chu kampu PDM ro chu KNF yeng chu I will not mind to say it site chu kiare yin so simply it's convenient chal ha do nom no chu public chu divided ni chu
so my kinong ka head so ke hina ke hi koi thing no ya ka boda
break ngai na it's barrier to break a break thailu you over to sometimes how to KNF in patronize a ball UKLF in a ball het ya wrongly amo hi bang chi jing ham chai ye lu cho but the truth will reveal na ma to hit consumer to you mo so break thai ngai cho na it's break thailu cho ki ball on it ni pi ho chu thing noi chun to win ding ti to ka chat lo di cho chi cha lo di ja chu KUKI cho thing noi chun KUKI on anei cho mo ho chu anei ke chun ake podium mo chu la mi KUKI chu culturally identical socially culturally linguistically anthropologically chu ha do ho chu ja chu KUKI ki khalo cho nangin 1950 so and so ti yong na chun meitei kol tha do es khong jai na ko na mai cho ma chu om sa mai cho no ho chun pa chu discard na bol wa KUKI na ka se na impose kum go no le supremacy hi na pa chu hi ka ti ji ho ya sentiment emotion ka ni so maybe few in number but we have sentiment we have emotion na ya chu ki ka chu space ki pe lo pa chu boy jab ji bo cha dang chu o de lo chu opinion differences
ki ho chu na my different perspectives ne ya kang ta ki ho chu it's always a possibility a problem chu na me like allu say KUKI ta ki he wa lo la no ya poi rakhel tam pia chi ho ja ba ga mizo e ta te ta ki no to ni wa chu mizo yeng chu a time like that will come but hichika su nga tu I boy lai ta wa chu na sei ju di chu na ho chu like TSA chun thil tam ta na su se devin ta hung ki tao yong de lo pi chu mic na but everybody matters in the sense ki asunga hi society when a society is at the growth stage asunga hello asunga
everybody matters
no asunga thil tam pi ma chu ki sel gu leaders are evolving some are good some are bad thil tam pi ma ki sel gu sometimes at the cost of personal pain ye to ki sei do lo daba ke rakhta hai so that overall picture to hal ta chu inam mi de nangin logistic hub hin Pai Chui Mandir. Yes, possibly after 20 years, but we will not go and live in Infal because kaya kasi sacred trust that this is a safe haven where you build something for permanency, rule of law umpachu. That was broken. That the Pai nammi te aga chen ki how long? That is a question. But I can have a hotel, I can have a insured this thing building, which is a commercial something, or even whatever, a colony which I develop as a real estate. Is my. But that trading relationship or commercial relationship was but people to people we could be supplying organic vegetables to Infal and all that could happen. I want two states achu naju whether you want to call yourself a thado or you want to call me a thado, it doesn't matter. Anak no pa chu any thado KUKI chu thupi lo chu na so pi paite na paite wengen na zo mi na maryong le iki thada le iki bol na pa chu like it's like kachanu he rachal hin nangin Rachel rape lovin nangin Kimin rape ke Rachel ke ti tabang cho in the name, but then rape ball pass and nachan hat pen rape cho. I don't know if my analogy makes sense, but you may call yourself anything. You can name your daughters 2 different names, but they are raped. This is my question. The pain is very real. Adi aju ho chu min tin ho isunga leadership problem pacho. I think you have every right to speak up. Iju, I think if people criticize you, I think if you take it on your chin, people will not like me because I kayong koi thing noi kasu pipa ham khat thing noi lam kai man ama sei ya chon ning ho lo chu. That is a problem in society. Eho aji su pipa ham khat thing noi lam kai ya le ama ho lang area group alo lama ho sei ya chu adi lo yong limit kisinga pha gi de chu. Hobin jong hitia chu na ko ham khat kasu pi ham khat lam kai langa ki kai te yo chai lo le hu no yong adi ta ju I don't know ka expect ka khat num ya I khat we have so many confusion khat hi umai chu so I say to ding uma ayo anga a timing pa ju na mai that was a problem one jiwa ju no mai the timing of your outburst is problematic second issue tham khat ba he MLA hon engol I think that is hadogit in nang kukin hi nong lo yong le that is your choice but the problem that I face is the same problem you are facing lam kai phalo nei wa nang hin ko yong to kha to because iza se yong le chan pura na in ding na su pi ding sangam chu kuki ke he ti loi tham khat thado ke ti loi tham khat zom ni ke he ti la su pi sangam to so what does it matter the problem we are facing is real in some way define ball there is pai je the lo phaya chinia meitei nia chu athiding ho chu in some way we are one whether the name we can always have the maybe if God is kind the luxury of finding a name that everyone is happy with but ahi lo ang something we have to accept like mizo and mizo they are all dok bangwa chu we'll find something but at this point foreigner, illegal immigrant, when they are challenging our history in terms of even the 1840s, at least some colonial writings based on KUKI or Khongjai or whatever. We are using them that but majority of the writing seems to agree on that thing. That doesn't mean I'll keima tasan pa keima head pa so nang chunga superimpose ka bolo ngai so I have to respect you for that nangin bichu ka pompoinity I have to agree but then I should continue to engage and then but common ground khat to establish bol the ngai so na mai ka ju say we na it sounds like preaching ale koina dot masan ham ka heta pon social watchdog then lambem ya
Thank you, Pulit. I'm not influenced by any group more. Manipura kihilawa. Any group does not influence me. I'm speaking. Ken chukangai dana chu. Kaso pite problem chuka problem hijing. That's my problem more. Hele to akahet kiblo khat chu pumaikon dong dia. Ahet khelong ti chu ahet khel ti le chu to I boy na zong David trick athina pena chu kai trick ka hi mar ka yatia aile athina chu it's the because of this community ziatia hai and hubana zong ikhat zairon langa zong numai khat zong hubana mi salpha som zong athina chu ahet khel zikiti le chu ipi ahet khel ham athado kukia what's the problem hele Amy zo se chu amon ông bol dan chu ihet chu na hello am I audible
yes we have mic
oh Amy zo se to het khel ti chu het khel ken chu I can't accept because like David trick athina chu amun zong zong athado pau zat zong hilo chu na hilele Iveka itok komcho. All of us, we are the victim. kubana zairo na zong it's a marvelous mo then no may cut ai le salpha so mati na zong I had kill that's a can you elaborate regarding that?
Perhaps yellow that we take to the month of July, something like that here now. May, June, July. After 2 months like that. It was after that. So identity issue here. Identity issue here katicho. Assertion to umlo. Marin we never came up and say we are not KUKI and we are not illegal immigrant and with this umlo. They feel like they're a part of the SA movement. Nah, MLM Musang Yurompang. So everybody, including Tado and whosoever was included. So problem lo chacho. So
Yeah, that's exactly more. Everything is together.
Nobody assert. Ale Marin Puyong they play double role, double face a ball. So they talk about peace with Meitei. They talk something here different in Sisipur. Koi matachun out of compulsion or emotion or sentiment sanji isang Meitei. There is no bold people like us. Eight banga bold leader so hindi lo de ya. As koi mo di poy. Let them play their own role. So Meitei ho kun tu ge ya ko mar ati lo so zomi ati lo so KUKI bo ti so their target is KUKI so. And if Mars are not KUKI, then they have to clarify right from day one. It's a ball lo so marin twin. But they are a part of separate administration demand. In all the press, not everything up so understanding umlo so. I want to finally government of India says 2 years have passed. It's gone now. Come, let's sit together at Tile. Those are KUKI we are not a part of the stakeholders. They did not invite us. Ale, Marin Puya invite to Chitacho. KUKI Chitacho. They all went because they are a part of the stakeholder. I mean, Asimcho. Ale, it was fine. Yes, they blanket us and without any segregation, their intention is to annihilate us. Right. Ale, separate administration hitacho. How do you really pursue? What is the way forward? Hola ni should do ham hitachon. How do you manipulate no humpang which destination we are going? Can you please tell us the roadmap where we are heading? Convince us that this suffering has to be capitalized and we have to reach this. We had bet to destination too. We may not reach the destination as closer to SA tabang type ng katut din hiti assurance to nay pi tayvam ita to violence to peace to say tahi nay pi tayvam to ai. Can you convince us better way so that we can make understand each other na.
Hello, Mike. Na logic to like to problematic so kati ran to ahile thado se chun I got na choi nang KUKI how give badang se KUKI ke ti ho to that leo a problem point at for instance pitiha like it seems like you are taking you are giving a long rope to the perpetrator na kati dan so chipahin Kachan wasu said a neighbor person wasu said good I had healed Kachan one is so high and Naidam in a tea to close. So I don't think that is the way you deal with injustice or the kind of things. Chiwang's deal see, I'm a very understanding person, but Chika wants the Chiloti wants it, doesn't it?
Justice to
nothing to justice in the sense he may know in head hill low positive like that was a specific targeting. He head my okay, not all 100%.
Specific target
Look, they always know that Paite Vang Chu very clearly Paite Vang Hetu. That was attacked. Okay. Hichi Aju Chivang Chu Kenny the like Tado to the say ran to he made oil says educate the ball Tado to KUKI a poet head him no she to safe passage in Falnapio is that the Puilujo there in Fala. I don't think not even one would come with you. I don't think you personally will not go. I didn't hear so The problem pa hai na, Mike, you are picking up the right issues the wrong way. The society wa leadership tham khat hin asai chom a ball a chom a gel a chom agenda a chom ai wanga mi pi hi cham a chom khat asai pi. He expose no man then I'm with you. But he cha chu nangin made the whole speaking point to tale. Adole kuki nang man pa like I have a problem. But the whole leadership to strengthen the thing. I'm you look at it. Who is saying you're not a cookie be presented? I'll vote for you.
I like more, Pulen, just one very short more. I like for Mike, and that's one of my question. Thado Paul, Thado lang bias kiti to cookie Paul Hilo Ham. I hello le cookie pon kiti Thado pon Hilo Ham kiti chicken head.
KUKI ho chun KY he tiu chu la chu ja thado ho chun ai poe ka tiu ya
I le na pon chu Thado pon chu cookie ho pon na pomanan pon than na yam kiti.
ke pom lo ja chu thado ho chu KUKI poe ke tiu
Amana fe chu divide and rule ball ja marin puya jong pm hu chi ka hi poi ti chu ngai is it so important? It's not important because they attack us.
no so far people did not feel that it's not important. They say they are mizo in between, somewhere in between. Their nomenclature is mizo. Now somewhere in between. So I want to interfere in the organization policy of somebody. But kasi nung pacho, now they are going with KUKI, Zomi, and Mars. So Home Ministry feels like they are the stakeholder and they are a part of the peace negotiation na yung delegation na pang tao. So they are already a part of that Mars na. So you can now brought in all those atrocities and all those justice to demand data. So meitei ko ma na. If we really believe, if we don't believe in the judiciary system, we have to demand justice to the civil society or whosoever which the meitei represents. A table chung hiya target specific, target intentional, target ay tay iki wise on. Hoi lai ham sun na ding pa chu nei sei pyun ka ti chu bo.
I le tuan ngati dana chu you are not inclusive ngati dan chin na. So I pau jong chu ken chu ka he dana chu tha do pau he ki china. Cookie ki le chu nam chom like ama just before I speak about that Mizoram government Mizoram dot nick in about Mizoram history na tilechu. Pucha song it's clearly mentioned. I let tua kai ka hi poetia I boy lai ya we all are the victim. I let you if you pachum them way forward chicken I still cannot understand the way forward which you mean. Oh, thank you.
So basically, way forward is it should be a non-violence resolution. You have to stop violence and from both sides, both perpetrators and aggression. Here.
That's what we get at the rang na sei hamo.
Ikeo chuna say sa nang ju ten le non would tao no bad languages ya.
True. Violence bedding hong ti bel tin hong ti bel tin iti ai le chun phatom de hen ti iti wai on le chun I don't stop anybody but taken violence o ban chi ve la ta hen ti chu ka se ya chu way forward na kamu ya non violence so ai thei poi kap bedding hi mai thei attack bed he ti on le ei kha thei lo ke oppose thei ti lo pi chu ai wa chu I don't see any future chi ya chu SM bedding on comedy poi ye Chileman tambep sewa kati tu bo ya way forward so ale no chun itilang pangan negotiating iti bol na tiwam ti zo chu stakeholder ong ka hi po
Min na so pi tan chi na sei lai te chi do.
Mike agal hi eho bhai sunga ehon yong kat suicide squad isol lu the cho he lam kana isol lu pi cho na e ho ga ma hu wa e kap te on le wa jan le to cha ji thi cho
quân à tết là quân defense là bola mà thế là thà đâu gạ gì gần biệt rồi
to kat kang kang jo ten na to na sei ju nang man et bi dia na mike see the relevance a thado tribe certificate kila mana ju ama jo kuki hi dialogue bi jo. These are all constitutional scheme. No, that's what you told me when you were an aspiring, studying engineering. Got tribe certificate kila ho ju thado is part of the constitutional scheme. Thado tribe certificate kila kapao hi thado pao hin ta le kachon da ni thado e ti sema kuki yong is that kuki in ikat apo yong chu da dulen pao chu mizu pao ta accepted. I think Thado should be very happy. Instead, you should be going around to our brethren tribes and saying ki atam mon ka tho pa hi lungsit in tho khom within ki jamat de itam mon he tho. I think that is something you should be proud of, not saying ki kichuding kat lo so it's something we should all promote. Kati banga chu to the in cái mizo ma cái mizo bảo chu cái het sa chu cái ha het lo bi chu ai wanga chu cái ti dan chu amo ho e ho chen da na e ho nam kai la chen da na center la chu ati a chin ho pao tho le e ho pao tho lai lunga ho kimat e chu mo so they have adang na lung kham sa tha do le ku ki pao ki chu sa ma chu khunung le ke vet da na kho we will be all speaking mizo only dulen mizo pao yong lo bis dulen pao chu mizo pao da chu chu khuin tho mai de because they have 12 lakh speakers call on tho speaking this thing the dulen or mizo. I'll also be a mizo if it yeah business lo le commerce chu ka phat chu ma le ka tho the pao ki chu kichu sang iti mi tam ten except bola tho dem ti o chu ke gel da na chu thado ingai lu na le chichu hi ngai cha chu thado pau na ti chu ku ki pau he ti wa le chun ma sang a chu ha phachu ha thon tho ta iti jo odi da ni chu ai chu isu a vai phe chun ka tho lu hel di he ati ale na tho te ki ti thei lo chu ai wa nga chu mi tam zo in thado pau di vin nang ken ke chun kuki ka dia ke kuki ka ka dia ka pau tho chu khat ka ti lo chu kol pau ka ti lo chu kuki pau ka ti so but then chi kuki pau ka ti chun thado ho kanu shi na lo le thado pau ka accept lo ja kuki pau ka ti lo pi chu ke ba understand ya ka sei chu awai phe lo le chu chat pulang ho chun atam zo chun to e ke ho nau pau e thado pau ti chu hi cha chu kam ma a ka ki si ngai lo bi cho it's acceptable ai le kangpu pilanga ke tu te ho vai pe u cho amon athowa amon kuki pau ti cho adan cho ale kuki pau tha do pa amina ji ki boi di ho ma lo le because I think it's a matter of pride for the Thados if a lot of Kuki speak this language as Kuki pau or whatever khudung teng la chun I pi min na sa di ham cha chu ki boi sa nga chu I think boi na sei tam pi ta boi ni ding chu pi ham tia le agam I secure lo chu mai ai chu ne them lo le first wave attack a ki ball chu they wanted to clean up the entire this thing adjoining valley to village attack area of village valley gamphajo si chu khamen lok valley ilang valley ita he bonds ke hong ki push out jo to cycle constancy gichom sei na isu piu tamzo hu wifi hu jo icho ho mail he to kya le ya ko hoi ko pha ai jo si hu akinot do a hi ale chu cheng thei to boy icho si hu mail ho expansionist policy jo expansionist policy as aggressor khatuma defender khatme jo e ho chu first 1 month chu It your newspaper in a report low, it's an CM office a control one. It's also Tatsu Angoloni and and then I think you have quite a concern. Tunia again Mizo certificate kakilale. Mizo kahi de los kakilati. So because Chong Tu kita Chong Loyong Mizoram Amzo. That doesn't make me less KUKI. KUKI thiale Mizoram ho to had nang de cho how keep Japani jo. Hado game these KUKI Thai how KUKI Thane Thadazomi Thane Tajong. What gate he wale. Napuna toto but so the timing, the logic, meitei speaking point. So I think we should avoid that. It's a very sensitive issue. Nang ya to kase to mahi in nang. Hichigala a loss loss pen to paya hum say no. So they say to paya ho kilit say this. In a way, right? Paya mi khuja cheng mail ho hiti na ki he tai ti ka hello to. Kamin mo to kilit sauti so I would agree, but yo phaya ka chen mi janam khat adam lo ki ve lekha sim do tam ki jo state capital is jo Chuchanpur is a provincial town. More is a provincial town. State capital as a whole over it. It's not just the fall of Meiteis and Birain, but even the Home Minister Amit Shah is responsible. A Prime Minister Pala Pauloa. So these are the things I should nang say kano patsu pyang pyale. Ilam kayo hin. Home Minister Pakistan ide mahale. Mi to kitulo, mi famo ayre. Chichun hoile ese dal do dio. Hichipa na say wangzu, I'm with you 100%. Hichi azun thada uje in kati izo mai. I need to speak the truth about what is wrong. Kunung ding le nammi pio nekinem ne min lamkai ho in agenda ne unity about speak that. I think people will start to kind of appreciate what you're saying. Kahil na yung nauten ya na mai lung thing se la kyo thamkhat en se ge le Micheal Lamjathang thada to na kyo I don't give a damn about those people. Namura pen pa the lungel ki ba pi pen pa te na kyo thilo wale hich namu hei lang isu dio hovina chi wala pakai ti ai wa nga chu ilungel to ki banglo khata to ki to khom thelo jo hoila pakai ti wa ke ya wa so I have a problem with this society azu hiti ya chu phai sunga me lo ki pausa eho yo UT mu ki wa koyam khat ki pausa dinga le jon hichi az koi cheng dong mai those are the bigger issues. I think it is space. Some people don't like it because I'm also quite outspoken. I am not in any group with the whatever Su group or whatever. Amma ho in ka khandana lol ka in su mi khat lam kai bana chu. Amma ho agenda ka pursue ding ala chun. I'm not a man. I'm just a donkey following someone's wording. Yo society na iki check ngai jo. Kapu ka pa gal hangi ti wai was isse gal hangai ke se wa nga chu in sumi koma iko sunga numei khai ki re male bo cha bo thau custom it you hello ale el ki thamteng le thudi sei ngam kim lo so Micheal Lamjathang in hichichi sein thare this I said no, that is not the way. He has the right to speak against whatever, but to dissenting voice of Lawalatin. How will you create a society which will have checks and balance? Did you realize in America who every election have half 49% who head on in society which mindset for namu pa I think you have gone through some pain. I can understand your pain. Hichi pa chu nasaya clear and say na chachun thado le ikat pa chu jet blue in kati tu ya. It's a personal soapy na kasi ito yan, Mike. But then the one thing I can see is I think the pain is more towards your concern about some agenda that you see. Chichu I think a lot of people will support you, and then I think you need people who speak against the popular thread. Chichu ngai cho. So it's popular lo loy tam ta nei lo cho. It is okay. But today saying we used to trust the Meiteis more than our own people. We have a lot of friends. Aba Paisung became echo chamber. Paisung ami kumsom khatin azo say to kumsom ko in azo say that. Yechu tuta to keep up low that. Eho society on to Tito to the ETUT ngayo. Iman diyo. thuta say lo de le thuta chuna say ya le thuta chu say but that thuta is not dependent on KUKI le thado nangin ha khen jong le chun ki khen hi ve the thado will always be associated with whatever historical writings have proven ये जो थादो गाल न ती वांग ले KUKI एंग्लो KUKI वा यों के थो ऐसा अमीन जो जा इसे दे वांग अमी त but what is the future, what is the past, forget it. Kapu khanga pa naung kinil kapu masang pa naung kinil wa thado le KUKI gui nu aung kinil wa amina ki chuwa punyo ki chuwa hajo mo alam no min KUKI sai pi ko ki bol in KUKI pon ti nom le tin thado pon ti nom min tin cha ji pi ma ngai ong ni le ve le ka cha yin so chi chu kei perspective a AKT ong ka la mai the mizo tribe certificate ka la mai the but those are constitutional technicalities so. But where does my heart beat? Ngai lut na kanai na Micheal Lamjathang chu abol khel alo la thu se kit ka kanop lo mai the alo la kapom lo mai the but kamu da am alo le am I ready to engage hichi society culture for the developed world I think it's a dangerous proposition UT yo cho chu min tin nam ka Mike adang on yon se na lambe min da esan kate fula ka se lo la mel se na henge esan bo jen se yenge na nangin se na wan le lambe wan le Michael wan le Henry
okay lambe ma se ma dam ken ka se dam
say cho ra kan
okay pa bena
pa yung sun na kaya lamang
because there's some reason na ya ko khel mo he ka sai nom che hile su bi pao Michael ko ma ka sai nom che hile tu dang he de bona til ni tho til thum ka sai nom ka do nom thoin among nga bitai kum ni lang thing de ta nangin to e ho tha do si hi cha ni pui do bo now hi kamalo bi cho ai wanga cho you need to know very important thing to e ho tha do ku kite ita te hoi den Manipur state native state of Manipur history ho na sim zero ke lo he ade 1920 le dunga 1890 dunga British official account of hoi the internal archive pa bon am so ke hi jo ne di lo hom bele chon hoi ta ki sei cho 8,000 or 7,000 square miles who hoi ta hilly and mountainous country hin hisu nagale KUKI ho abol hin mele tia cho Manipur ho kiteno mo 700 square miles hoi ta 1922 or 23 report amon higher authorities are pi ju hi cho to a cho esante leng pa chon englo KUKI warum poi ti cho ai wa chi jala report na hai jala in this area the KUKI rebellions have been the cause of the village learning to blow bugles to la amchala pu pa ten hoita itia malcha to hoita ki bola kaska lung sung poni to hoita British an hoita han report api uchala dia cho mo hin hong ki tho te hi chan hin KUKI rebellion me ti hoita report na hong ki si me hin alang khan aka sei ki nong chi pe ham tile nang ma chun tha to tha wa na bui pi hingi su nang ma fanatic ta ai wa nga chu hoita hun esante 제대로 구마바 심정을 해준 홍어머 방바 코로네션 않고 국기 저바도 국기 홍바 오면죠 또 이거 프로파간디서 어머도 기산제 기 이물해라 기 카운터 도지 힌tin 까세 놈지 뺨딜레 nangma izat hitia hi iho thado hoi na puido gu hi kanung kanglo hintin kasei nom ji phamtil hoi tan he dit khatchu nangin to iho thado to KUKI ho atum tuma identity hitia is sei pa hi ama sa one na mu ta cha hong viral ta chula to fitli pa ne chun ne long pa chun sei chula thado KUKI to ki mang to ta min ho ta ho chun he lo am nang ni lo mai te mi chu mi mai te e wa cha mo hitia mim sa hum do le hin tu a cho amomo nga cho nang cho lam ka lang an cho for example a hi hiti me tharna pat e chan ge hun nang hi phayan an tai ai le hun e san te hin nang hi the hoine divem BJP spokesperson hi yong kan het man kan het lo hin na kununga bo kan het hin na hu do na ni vem I don't think nang chu Michael chu tha do KUKI boy they'll never silent na bolo du hi aji chi pam ti le ne het de chu little ton sing tapang cha kum nga pa bon aninu le anu bon mei le hi ya am ho bon amira pai bi ho tam hon hi tia ambulance pa mahali the nang chu kun na save dham ka gel mo mong tang hi thi mo mong lo che nangin naga ki ka tum se wanga chule to a PR hum sunga jong governor aje bhalain MST ansola e holanga nam phua e bol wa iso bi paw ka thiman bia athaki isala go thang in hu chan lo chula ai le governor pan het lo yong governor pa chun no na ke chula BJP spokesperson hi chula na ke ho pi de chula chulanga SNT ahunga hile chulanga mi tam ta ke swading te het cho because SNT na het chule ite MST gari hung ke hon tha do langa KUKI te hin kanan du he kangpu pilang ten kanan du he kangui lang ten kanan du he ti chu a het su ke hen ai like for example a chu hiti Raj Bhavan koma chu SNT en KUKI halo ati lo ong aza lo na ngong yong a het su ke chula ka sai nom cha point to if it happen on the reverse iho thalo KUKI ho hin ke ho zo KUKI te hi phaya khong sai weng hau ki weng pai te weng ka ti poi lang go langa ka hong lu de ki ti hen lang le e san te se mai ka la to mi pha ka bon ai go li gam du ta chime hi ya ti situation jo ni lang to a chu ki bang ai cho the dividends ki bang ai cho amo ong jong le ho ti du e ho lo cho le ho ti du chu hu hin tin ya chun na lung ti mi ge le lang hi ji lai ban chun governor pang questionable ngai chime nangin to on side line nei bol do wa hele hoilanga SNT to amo propagandist ho to TV achana na ka to khoma atha do te to ka hi poi na ti le hi thimo mong lo cho logic chu thimo mong lo in na ne het ki de kha chu pham to identity an na ga sei pa chu pham ti le al amo mong anang chun hi chi ija exclusion hi cha pa nan patham masanga pa nan patham elo thubo ya pa hung patham a reason ni pham ke he lo hi hi chi ke ho tha do hi ho ku ke ho ke poi na ti chu na because 200 patyan vela chun cartographer ho 1860 ho 1700 laidunga ipitai ho card general in this map ho vela chun abona tripura si to a chin ho si bona cookies ki ti cho to a mizoram ho se ho lusai cookies ki ti bu chme british on huma sanga bona map anu umsu ke amon hoi ta mina do so official hon hi cho tribe ho koi ho ham te min amos cookie ho ti lik tai ta chola we might be mizo tha do pai te mar ki mai de jo sunga cho ewa amo chun cookies ta ne jo min me ma on thoi ta north east india map ku vele so bona cookies ki ti so ke paten vele chun internet archive en lang amo e san ten hoi ten ve tsim ho vele chun emails e ho abo hoi chime to a nang de tol puin na hu to zo lo de cho de 3 na po le chun nang na het khelo na ti hi itina kalam kin ka het thimo mo lo ama sa sister maya in na ho pi ta hi banga pu na ta chanu khanin hi tia gen thei ta na so pi huna mai ki bola hi ti ne vet zong le iti yo ne vet thei ham ka lo hin le lungya na ki pai do the ke wang ka vet le ka pu na ji na hi tia tha do cha pa khani le ka thim ta khani nangin BJP spokesperson hi na nam pi a danga pang le la hi tia nei pui do yo hi it's very sei da wang se lin ta ka la in na adang kila ka sei kinom chu ipile nan class 10 11 12 nan sima chu to a ulin on sei ta cho ta certificate nikila chu churchan pure le lamka SDO SDC a chu thado KUKI certificate nikila chu de thado tribe kitilo cho thado KUKI a kigila he na zotle in bolin lang ka sei no pen chu le scholarship on bona thado KUKI a kigila so ke chola employment exchange a ele to a chu nangin iti way forward na bol ram khelo hitia esan ho to nangin na lungdong ta cho dividend thei mong lo BJP spokesperson na hi le iti na kat ka zat kana mi ho hi sam na ka sim nam ti zo sanga nang hin e ho tha lo te pai mang pu yong te te din na tin ji chu iti na chi thei mong na ka gel mong in na ji chu hoi ta na ki gel ngain nang ma ka se nong pen chu e ho KUKI is a conglomerate cho hi ja chu hong ki patila pana sim hong ki patila pana ancient history of thado ong kasim so ke chu nang sa le ka sim chu history culture ho ai wa ka pau lum lo in tin num ka sa lo na ka pau nom lo hinga tu ni cho nang ko ma ka hin ho pin no ka hin do hin na to ka se ho so ipidang an hen patham why are you starting this ele ipi dividend na mu nom ham nanam pin na pui lo le you are a leader of whom kin ka hello chula a bunch of some 10 or 20 like minded I don't know chulai ta che hi Michael na chi chan chun nga tang o ni reply no le nang thu he o ki ki pai
Chapame.
Hello, brothers and sisters.
Ashik, I'll to you, let Michael speak, then I'll give you the mic.
No. I will just listen.
Say no to.
You won't understand, na? Anyway, take.
Say no to. Number one, to Robinto. Cái kiểu này cái tỷ cho Robin ông ấy bọn cái ông cái bọn lâm này moi chọn lối nào pa ham có ham khát hul ham khăm thế thủ pha cho pa hul lấy cái lọ mình cái hول lệ cái bọn chỉ cho thúc đi vệ sinh nông cái gel bọn chỉ cho thằng bé hỏi cái lọ đào pa cho cái gã sẽ hiện anh đi nào cho KUKI rebellion cái tỷ mình anh lo KUKI cái tỷ ông lâu giờ cho 2019 của mà cho na cái hòn bồi na xia mà mấy theo đó xia mà cho KUKI bị họ mà cái na cho CM XCM bị nên cô khó mà cái lại cho mà tổng cái hiện nay bọn FIRA bỏ cũng mà mặt đi gột lại cũng cho tôi cái thoại mặt gột lại là cái lò mình 2019 này sẽ hiện lộ là trả cho cái hậu tô và em lo cái tí hi anxiety khát hi gì chân em lo KUKI history boy KUKI rising or KUKI rebellion mình thìว่าin defense of ancestral land ông chú là độ win lang in defense of our dignity and freedom of share thìว่าilam kai ho chu na kinop tu wa state restricted holiday ông chu na pi over yang lo KUKI chu kila do KUKI rising ana share lo hin emotion san de se ja chu lam kai respect lo pat na chu number 1 chu cha chung chu pan ai tan ya chu ti che a record na chun KUKI rebellion au me locally ho chun thado gal ti nong ke he zo ho chun zo gal ti zo mo na ke he adang ho chun ti het bom bang chu ka he poi ya chu teng lo KUKI war hi ti no ten tu na adei ke ho tha tai na sa ilam kai ho win anop na sao recognition chu kum za khat king ta koi man e pi lo hin XCM birenin e het thim pi wa recognize bol pi le chun state GK ho state holiday list wa hong pan ta le phai ya chu KUKI pi lam kai hon na bol le mi pi lung hang khan ke chong chu asu sam thei lo khan na ki tai do khan ipi la ka sei nom pen chu amina I boy be sewin amina chule lam kai za ji yong hepo win de de KUKI lang ho chun het lo yeng win lam kai ho sum yong chu ka khat chip yeng chu la ai sana chu isu dei lo da ne chu lam kai hon ji san la ho he diplomatic win chu bol ho hi tham cha khat ni pi hen emotion control thei la phadi na control po wang se dum ta khat ti chun o min chule hi chi conflict hi para chu ke hi phaya kom hi phala kom hin det saran ma ka po do hi 7 ka po do ne chun kai no attack ka bol win ari cho kai chu biren to ai mu chap je wa mai lai to ai mu chap je wa chu hin in phal kom lai sorry ka po do dibu ka nam ka len do ka po do ni chun det 7 ni chun missionary day hin May 7 chun kai no cho ga attack ken win ipi hile free movement kai the mana yong chu so cham pu lang on min thata best discipline award adelowa lampi chu MST cho thau ta chu kampu pi ho chun Jehovah home ministry ako na lam kai ni ni yong a cho cham pu ra Jehovah hitia chu thà đi ngã chú chỉ mất sang ngã chú GDP bao chỉ hiện gam cái phải cho tiền cho lỗ phan mà thay lệ hoàng sĩ chúng ta chúng ta tiếng người là chúng ta nó thì lệ IPVC sai đi cái vị đó hâm giống cái kết quả cho bằng chú cháu tổ lộn này hiểu hâm lắm cái lăng cụ cho tôi cảm bộ bị lăng cụ cho hè cho bằng chú IPT đi ha coi ngõ tiếng hai bị ha LA rõ chú ấy mà in sung chú we should set our house in order first cái gì hiện nghe thà đồ họ cho cho bunch of 20, 30 dặn nó này thì mình họ bôi cho cho irrelevant cái yêu tại ground ngay họ bôi mà nó họ hay họ bé cho cái này là chừng cái tổ thấy dòm liệu chừng phải lắc xóm bé thì thì mình lắc xóm nó cho cái talo ta cho thì luôn cho cái mỏ là đồ và family on sang xóm ní đồ và lắc ăn mà bé thì và có thứ gì đó đó bảo cái chỉ mà họ chuẩn bị chơi cái ball thế tin phẩm mỏ sát lại ở thì và thì chơi hen thì bỏ lông đều hen say no pen chu colonial writing is that simang la chun tha do ho chu tha do ki hin to ai relevant lo hin India constitution no ya ki pu India administration no ya ki pu hin Manipur 700 square miles is that yong le chun Imphal Valley 700 square miles hin adang chu 7,000 square miles hin chila chu reserve forest la do in lang protected forest la do in lang wetland la do in lang wildlife sanctuary la do in lang IPP la do national park la do chun iti ka aham na SA demand na map chu na po do thai jam tin ngol ta ka na blan lin na kidong le iti na sai jam bang chu ka hepon na bol thai lo mai thai hen ya chu mi politically ya le chi dong chi dong ya ka vai hom na dong ji ya tu a chu India administration na hi ta ben ka sai no pen chu he chi conflict hu ma ko na chu SA chu political demand chu KUKI zo mi ma ro chun dal pha sa ai le captain of the ship chu koi ham ko ma lam kai chu cha chu he chi lam kai pa chu feeding public aspiration sentiment hong chu idea point hoi hoi o mai hong le pe thei hin wa ma lam kai chu mai le ken nong ka chu mu pi no me PGSA or KUKI te lam kai pa chu yes SO group ma om me sin si tam ta om me UPFK no om nai platform khana to home ve home ministry ai wa koi ham lam kai chu captain of the ship chu mai le dunia ka point ho hi put across ka ball no na koi pen ni wam na lam kai chu chu tha do ho nei sei pe le chu kyau thei hin a tha do chu 11 na ke koi jing KUKI no ya hin kyo sa khaw no ya om nei win hung ka ti na hung won nei mo ti wai le chun kyo chun he chu ka hi lo piu chu na noi wa ko lo chung wa ko lo na pang wa ka be lo piu kyo chu mi a thai ma tha do sa ka hi yeng o hin type certificate na yo tha do KUKI ki ti chum lo AKT le AKT tha do yeng hin as tha do chu pa wa chu ma kan nei min culturally pura KUKI to distinct ke ka ti wa le chun tam zo chu su pi sangam khat ko khat veng khat in sung in sa in thang ne cha ki bang me po me ne me kang ne tingan hi jo wa ki chan thei lo wa ki thungna chang ki bang hi jo wa chan thei lo wa ki gel jo wa chu ite ki chom sei ve ti le chun separation dana ki ya pa ki sei khan pa chu emotion sentiment to kha hin tin chok chu ka he thi men ai wa cho KUKI mi na thil ke bol to lam kai chu koi hiya koi chu KUKI ham ti chu define ke bol lai le chun ami pi chen emotional hi ve ti a mo pom ning wa chu leader lo lam kai na be ke loi khom na be hita chu KUKI hi phot le ha ku a KUKI hi phot le chun thanom jeng da na chu ki mu ya chu se institution chun ei pu ngai hin institution chu na go paul ham ke thei lo ho bon ni naga subscribe a bol the wa I am naga ti le kom ho bang ko I am naga ti ing cha pau lai tha do pau ngan to ki bang na ai mo lo bang ko chi naga sa dan cho the ho ni ja jong um jeng in bon ta chu pom the ya institution a chu chi the le wa chi pi mam ti chu 2015 na ko na ki sei hi yang le ki chu qua KUKI chui pa phat pha ta cho dang to ngai poi ti ta bang type thima chu bulldozer ball le atua yong cha ki pun khom da nai wa president ru lung le KUKI versus zomi mar leng do ki jing ti ta bang khat cho hi ya chu emotion ho hi sentiment ho hi recognition ki ha them pia ki acknowledge tu nga hi ni che I think ni che hi KUKI lang group ho KUKI supporter group lang ahin chi insensitive je moment it is delicacy pa ya tem je low thado ho tu to ay nang jeng thado ke ni ti ma KUKI na accept ma boldly hangsan ta KUKI advocate na bol ma phana lai cho ke ho leader ho 10 15 20 years thado ho hin sei jing ho hin endure first hand experience ka ne ho wa dung ri a chu ke na hi le KUKI ki ti hi hope be hi ti hi politically socially culturally ti chu conviction ke la ja chu izat ke bol jong lai thi poi ti chu conviction ke ni ja chu ke ti ha ti ja chu impose ko bol de lo pi chu hong win po don chi campaign on ki bol de ha status quo ata chu ki um jing thawa movement khat hiya all la hung chi di hiya public evolving hung di hiya anyway pi chu le ka ha sei jap tan ki tha do KUKI po ki ti chu tu boy ji a chu hu do na dinga ki surrender dinga ga ki bol long e po ti chu clarify ka bol he
ke ga reply ke na chalai cho Michael chu na monga Michael hi chi lai bless discipline ti dan ka he thei lo hi ipina sei nam chalai ke lo kui ni hu ham ti dan chu ibida tu chen ya KUKI ni ti a na ho KUKI ni mi kyo ko ya na kyong tha do cha ba ka hi cho nang sanga tha do ha ka hi chu me tha do fanatic ke hi chu me ai wa ma chu le lal go thang chu ka ti man ba lal go thang a ti chu KUKI thi a ti yam la tha do thi a ti yam tha do cha pa chu la sing chi do chu la elmu no chu la tha do hoi long isin na nai na po na the do chu zan hi vela zan hi a ho ina na kai form pi Bible chang na sim khom pi la na sa khom pi khat na so pi pa khat zinga min e san te na thia thita KUKI thia thia hi chu nangin Christian khat ni chula thakau na nei long na so pi sang na sangam na pu na pi lo chu hi chu na mi na so pi na za na thi nung sa nangin KUKI ni ve na lam kai di point nei na ti the chu ka dat mo cho Judas kar in pakai chu Judas kar in pakai chu ga ko kai sona KUKI Judas kar in pakai chu som thuma ki chu toy nangin amo mo nga chu ka sei lum pen chu pe ham ti le hi chi lai na po na chu ke hong tha do ki chu na ele KUKI thiak thi zo ri cho mi ching ni chula to ol KUKI ho kom lang ho atang anal tote lang ho abona I ho izat pu ki bang so ke chula elen BJP spokesperson hi chu na lung thi mang cha lang thu mang cha lang ama puilu tangem ka ti anangin ke ho chu tha do si chu KUKI nei la do lo it's like ki chatui la chu chini tui la chu bo noi ta la chu chini la do chi how is going that possible either you boil the water tu yo se hu leng mang te ta then chini chu vom de ta cho ele tha do wa na la do la KUKI go de ta ile na ti lai tin ni het ngai ti lai de se kiel cho Michael mo mo patien yel po thank you
Welcome.
I'll be very short. Oh, Pulin, sorry. I'll be very short. I'm not here to promote KUKI or Thado, whatever it may be. I have one question for Michael Mo. Mike, Thado chuma na promote. He inam pia dia ipia pa chum na di ham chu. Thado chuma promote he inam pia dia ipia pa chum na di ham. He can tay hi ham ti chu ken chu ka he tu chuna. Thank you.
Why the Mars are maintaining their distinct identity? That's simple. If I ask the reverse question to Social, why the Mar wants to maintain their distinct Mar identity?
Ahile uti na ti le chu tua ziribam langa peace na ti chu mar in pin jong a reason khat chu the yordi
let us not mix the issue. First let's deal with identity na identity chu same as lew na aban ting le present
identity se phai lo pi chamin na so pi na sangam thatta pi na se na life
present conflict nga chu present conflict nga opinion differences pa chu we can discuss later on. So, since you have asked me like what will Thado benefit if they say they want to maintain their distinct identity, similarly why Mar and Mizo and Zomi wants to maintain their distinct identity.
Ahile ipi pa chum na di ham kati chu to ahile mar Zomi hile song we are not KUKI kati lo chuna amo chu we are working, we are fighting together ki kala chu ki het thim lo na le song. Nobody in the media, I don't see like that. We are not KUKI, we are not fighting, we are this and that. Which is mong chứ na. Ai le tua achu ma promote ki bol chu. I already asked you a question more. KUKI pun ki tha do pun hi chela. Tha do pau ki le jong KUKI pau ki chena. Ai le achu ma ki promote chu. Inam pia dinga ipia phachom na diham ki chu. Ipia phachom na inam pia dia diham.
So for the Thado, protection of Thado identity is utmost importance. So we want to maintain that distinct identity. And then secondly, if we are to talk about the present conflict, so does Thado voice really matters for the KUKIs? KUKI holding to Thado ho opinion he matter mo ngam katicho. So far, na. So thing le enjoy yes hanin asay to if you fight for the same cause, so example kampu pi ho chuni le ipibola so example ra to MST ke sola kampu pi aj kitingham. Ati itu cho. Inhuman ta ipiha tipa cho kai khat disrespect kabol naman hidi hi kai khat naman hidi hi ipi ama chu avoid ball thei chili cho hi chu ka hi chi pass to free a thaing leo chun boilo mai chei ai ba ma chu amuna ho chu koi pen ham na lam kai chu ka heta poya tin de ti ya tin ta chu ale separate administration le khat pa chu an pu na dinga chu stepping stone na pang ta hinam hilanga na su pi hon MST cho ting lo hi la free discipline nei ta na hau ta chu dam sel ta ka pu lu na wa sol do kin chu ai wanga hilanga KUKI mama ho chun opposite wa thiong thi lo chu ale thi long ki ka lo wa compensation na pe ki lo chu nang chun tha do he na ti ya ama chu ki dong le KUKI ka hi ti mai the ya chu athi ta ka sei non poi nang ma one version of interpretation of tha do na nei mai the by blood na sik ho el mun ho so and so chu I am more Thado. My blood is more Thado than Micheal Lamjathang. Nati mai thia that's your definition of Thado ya. Ko de ya chilang pang chu opo sang ko bol de ya. Ama chicken ka say nom pen chu. Atil chu ve to te ka ti thu chu. Movement khat na nei chi wa chu Thado ho ku kyo le zomi ma ro chu ipi ti le chun khat thi khat lang thi lo wa opinion chom na nei the yo ham ko ham na leader chu. Ti cho ken ka do nom chu ai wa nga chu hichi movement na kapan lo ja chu tu ni ka question kha lo chu I never question in the media hichi ta bang disorganized this united ni dan pau chu media ka sai kha lo chu ken mo ai sum ka hi ja chu tha do pau ai ja tu ni ka sai chu ya ke chen tha those are distinct ka bo ka sai tha those are not KUKI ka bo ko strictly maintain ka bola adang chu media ka sai kha lo chu ya chu tham cha chu ne he them pi ngai in ten ka interest na pa chu distinct Thado identity mar zo mi zo banga ki maintain go thu bo ya KUKI ko na the movement against na thu ka sei nyong de lo it's a movement I khan na ka sei de lo adang mo mong ku vele chun ka sei no mo no mu kha lo de ya chun na opinion pa to respect ka pe SA na dai dan pa le na thadop dan pa le na yearning na hi nom na pa chu oppose ka bol de na Thado ho KUKI Thado zo si KUKI ana po lu no wa Thado de se ke sang Thado de se chu KUKI ana po lu ja chu kun ki le no ka ti de lo pi chu aji chu na sentiment to respect ka pi ja chu ya chu tham cha de ho chu ki respect to ki no ngai chu ai wa nga chu the end means the so atai na destination chu hun mo mong di nam ti chu ken tu ni a hi e ho room sung hi sa ka question thu bo chu mai nong bol hi un lang na opinion pa chu ki respect to dio cho phai ka ti thu chu
ai la kin no to ulen just I just to counter him ai le to ana say dan cho nang man kung na tol so nangin na hele nang ma chu na destination chu holai cha na pha tam kum ni janan to so na kung tol hi ko ham na kunga to si chu kin thia na sei peng ting kang pu pilang si chun na tingun ku ke na lam kai ho di point na ti chu it is not about the leader PR khat unga hi chi governor pa hin sola hi chi assam ra follow hunga hi chi itin wa la chun ithi do lo za u chu la chu alu thei lo chu me e ho chun peaceful protest ki bol I bol chu la ahi wa nga chu it happens lam kalanga chu iti bolam chu maine hello pi chu ibidanga na thiwa khalanga thilo ham ti chu you cannot justify na hilanga kol ho mainland ron kol ho sipai ho chun e ho chei tha no mi lo pi chu ai ma order ki pi chu rioters ho chu isu chu la itu koi chun nang chun na song na se de khanang chun ka tin na to koi ki ti yong mi na nam pi de nga po na la go thang chun na po na la music ke pang khom chu la ama thi de ki het ong nangin tu lai tu chan gi ya nangin no na lam kai odi point ti chu nang lam kai ni cho hele tha do te lam kai ni chu la na nung zui mi za nom ai na nung zui se se ka bona ka het so ke chu me ai wa chu ka sei se lo pi chu ai wa di lo e chu me na ti na hi you don't have any destination
la chu atai na chun the end means the so ki tiu ma na atai ni chi vet diu ta chu chi a chu respect ki pi tu ngai cho nang na di po chu ti ngai lo cho koi ma chu ki respect tu ngai
amomong ana mai ka
Respect to the Sengam, respect to the Sengam, respect to the Sengam.
Respect ga tu min lang ka do num te ja momong KUKI la cho tha do majority sun la do la koi pen chu KUKI da wai pi te no KUKI te la anti ki wa ma te so la chlong te I gang te on chlong KUKI te le hu ji pen chu ta amo min bon na so
pom ho chu KUKI so ideology cho KUKI pom ho chu KUKI cho
abi yar mar kabui ma thangal ma naga ad chula e ho ji bilanga na po do mam ke hello why do you want to go out when the whole nation knows that you are a KUKI why do you want to go out you've been targeted as a KUKI
hello
why do you want to go out
thado chu mic na popularize dom le na bol te chan bol na ai wa nga
exactly
koi ma chai na problem nei lo thado wa problem lo cho for the first time at a very critical juncture thado KUKI kai poi de tu chu ana se hi that is the first time I'm hearing kenyong I know you that's why unexpected ka sa jo mic I don't know the question raised over he lam kai ho lalna alole quite concerned with our future ye chu head bangwa chu sadar his movement I bolwa free bill movement uma boss a ki chai tu chung be wangi ti chu now to be very honest lam kai pu ho hi अरे दिल्ली अपना नंगिन थीरे मी तो now pa ho chun they are ready to sacrifice their life ati ya chu the movement we hinga ma me joti lo le one phone call from not even home secretary pa yong lo so ne he chu nang Delhi ya BJP spokesman these people I mean secretary level pa pa na phone ya le Delhi ya ticket jo ka apu nam ke khoying we jo so ai chi ho jo chu isei khom diu lam kai sin lal noi chi chi jun I bol le iki chai diu he iti jo diu jo alo le kin jo sunga lam ka sin lal na tam bi ka he jo personally I have suffered because I try to bring in some unity among some groups I have suffered I can also rent out alung hai lo de yo se ka khu la the jo but a movement to kha ding le I kha ki pet na ki thi pe jo not all the leaders are great I chose to a stakeholder to anang yong ni chu like okay if Halloween program khat na bolwa a city a chu tamlo KUKI a ki pu ji wa chu hado lam kai wa ya chu na tho we je ye chu a thado certificate kila nang conception of thado chu ama yo se yong a KUKI yong thado yong KUKI a lo le na pui be se le ke yong thado ne le lu ta mang cha chu ina fe lo le kim katot chu mai kamoto to de na ye chu he had malleable he is okay chu nang yong na pa KUKI nang thado ni the ke ka pa AKT na put the apang mai the ke thado president ang kai te ala koi ju koi hiyo. That's the question. The timing was a problem, and then the wording. Thado lu kuki shenpa. Ju objective ju hichi chu na se ya le thado kiti si ju phai ai chen kit wa lungmong se ai chen te le. It makes sense. Ai ji ju ke se ta la. Thing la nga yong lungmong a chen sa de lo. Eo mama. Eo thing noi masanga thing noi ana ko se group khat ma jo. Amo thu lal be se ja phaya in ki sa cheng den loi na to ja cheng den loi phai sung wang a hanga ding in ki sa yong le koi ma jai hi ti hin no khan gi lo na lo le hi ti hin lung mong lo e koi pu ti iti nau muna ju itoka cheng man lo a hi e ki dal do chu that is something people for hi cha the phai chi ngi ti si ji ke like loi zakhat na ya la som gi chu mei le chu I don't talk to even one of my friends. Amon say to Amy ho yung kahudo win kari karatiwa. Doesn't cut the eyes, na. Kim, welcome. Ama Kim ho original host tool ha to aman hosting like tool kapan man lo hin ka gel like a line na. Ay to munjo se sports involved kita also. Michael bangake yung KUKI ho kan dem di dai. Sports ball ko wele kud ball ke the election hum kidding election na hum kitha to kiddiu gamoy se ese mudiu Michael na say paju emileo in ese adinga letter sutwa I helang ge tab this I think that is a valid question I ju KUKI on dong hi ve da so thado na do le pa da phajla but a question ju ke say bang ju ke eketi ke kila ayong le thado lam ka yong ke Mizoram ka che Mizo yung kahite. We are all malleable, we are all permeable beings you jo. Mailon chameleon itiwa. In some ways correct. I was a good chameleon. Ichu ami takat iya chu ap hilanga pol yong le. Ami takat. Tachu ya kat SNN an say jo. Don't kini lon ta sa. Ichu perspectives jo. Thado je less thado je kita jo adan jo mic na. And so, as a kiboy should we talk about what is the future? Hello, I hit the light to a boy na. Taka say, Patu Tilhadi in a homes, okay. So, Ipiam in a homes, what is that we share? The future. What could be something we all share together? To the lahi, Kapan, KUKI na pomin, Kaput Hado na pomin, Cholo Ekinawin. Eho yo midu vida elo picho thado pau tho ek ti ho hin alo le ko ham kha chu cha chanu da ke che denga le katte matte do ke che gu am ti bo matte na lai chu alo ale kapuchun alo why ka niyam ga why pe de why pe chu elen space da na eho yo gampam na chi kha lo chu we are very puritical alo le purist yu chu in sungwa hokibla yong khat dongul ya la cha sa te in helai bom su his state bu chu mawala de lo le kip yen la yong high p te ai lo le ahukom bo la diu thado la yong sit lo chanu bo che ti de mo na ju cho and we overcome a lot of things chong loi la yong hi chi de chen pi the lo ding hi chi te te ama family chu hi chi khachi te in hi cho I think we overcome a lot of things. So a problem pao. Thado, KUKI, all this. But then a KUKI to overcome ball thelo now to PM till we are being called illegal immigrants. One. And the other thing is something we have to base where we are from. I think achu wale kumbul yonkiti de ex yonkiti de. So there are some reasons why we chose something. I like cookies over the chibe to a can home the like Twitter as is a can home like is kitutagi panal, some Hajikina alopujo. I lie your can padwachu. In Langa Saguset Tambes and a liar like is an Anglican nature. So the problem point out also very relevant. I want to Nachi Hill jail I am Julet, Hadola KUKI. If they don't give you a voice, you have to get it. You have to get it. KSO hello the KUKI P Micheal Lamjathang tell us, we'll support you. Not who to get the mic. I was a message at the idea. I'm not a so the KKT Kaimanazo, I'm not blind to those. Two cell movements. So the exposed wall lines. I don't know. Teachers say until we speak the uncomfortable issues, a problem is solved here. I need to anum saying Bunaneta Tuni Nikivan Analtaveti or Bukativa. Hello, we'll only talk to people we like. How are you going to solve our problem? Problems ko ham tiale it imu nomlo ite nomlo to say yo ngai nomlo pa a problem so ama jini to homlo dinga ikyo the pi jing pa to bo kyo wala how are we going to solve the problem? I think that defines a national problem na ada jo annam amin e het now the mail ho chun angol lo pi jo iti chu mi ki that dinga ko hi yo gelo ke that do mike that is the highest crime a person can commit. That's a strategy. I think it's a lose-lose situation, na. So over to you, Kim. Now in control in nang ungthumbe awang kisay de jingkala bun kana kachirin. Tu ni chu Kim ka bo ka ga ikhatle. Kenong pung makai yen ka nga he. Thanks to Micheal lambe manglut le. Kana kyo pi ang power.
Hello, Lin. Long time. Ata long help no me so nangin. Iti nen bola le. Apa iti ikat piaru ma ki pana hina space ho jong hi tampat. Ti sei di ha. I space a sei theu uma sung langai ke ho na theu uma. Ti a space a he chu ki sei di ten le mi he thei loading tham thu hoi tam pi ki ani ki sei do ji ja to ka kha mong ka kha ki ti le kin ka kha jong lo pi ka bo lo mong a je chu thu le la a chi dan chu I hoi a hui nun dan chu ki ve hi ya na hoi langa ipitia ipi hoi lang narrative ipi sei do hom a je chu in space ki bol wanga chu mo kon ding lo in ten doi khat tu khat ne ya ki bol ji ja chu ai wanga continue ki bol ta chu tu ring wang hi lo ding Sunday ni le na doctor sei len ka ko wa ama in thampat political unity thu thampat a sei no maintain I bon te Kevin hung so ke uten Micheal Lamjathang jong hung zen ki pau min na tu ni nan ki khop mu tu lung hel bano min ai ming ai pawa I bol kha lo hi time ai pawa space bol jong dong hi nga ngai ji hin tu I bol tu a hi mi khada khod do men ulen che ama hi a khod dom pa hi na ngin hin pe o kalung hel wale ulen nan bol cho phai ki pau me ulam bem Esan son of KUKI X-Men mi luingen ngen he lung hello me S-frame ti pau me no bon se Kevin ko dom pa hin pe o len
Anang nekine pia nangin nanangale ayong pang thilo ti ki palam kitna yeju it's very difficult to host na starting is very difficult if you sit alone wait for half an hour with no speaker like you look like a fool na hethi mama
follow this ikha de sa hong ki pan dita tu sandia ki panai
we were discussing about Kim panelists or ye thamkhat yeah you choose them yeah I trust you but then yeah we have to they should answer questions we ask
ole okay now I would like to give the mic to Sheikh go ahead please
Hachunang na page
Yeah, I sort of understood what you guys are discussing. Okay. Now the point is, we should be tired of all this discussion. Okay. This kind of discussion is not going to help any cookies or who believe in cookies or Myanmar or who don't believe in cookie identity who are third or first. These kind of identities are now baseless. You as a community are going forward and you have to take your larger meta identity, that is you are a Christian Adivasi operating in India. If you look at what has happened in India, for example, right now, it is Kashmiri terrorists who are doing the crime, but it is Indian Muslims who have nothing to do who are paying the price. So you guys have to come up with some sort of unity among all Naga, KUKI, Mizo, Mar, all kind of Christian tribals. You have to come together, or else survival is very difficult. The politics would be very difficult for you to suffice. And I was very surprised to see Micheal Lamjathang here. I don't know what he was saying. So fine. But Len invited me to come here, so I came. Otherwise, I was not willing to come, as this is a closed space. I don't know what to say because I am quite tired. Okay, sorry to say this, but I am quite tired of KUKI's efforts because a lot of time has been wasted. We are going here and there. The trust that KUKIs have of the Modi government as well as the Indian state apparatus. Today, so I saw army officials doing ha ha he with that swar, Kaurangwa, Arambai Tengal swar. So, like, smell the coffee. That is the only thing I can say to you. Please smell the coffee. There is no engagement in the politics that is going to help you. Okay. And also, I equally hold Mizoram responsible for all the mess in Manipur because they can't just provide you food, water, and some houses here and there, and some income here and there, and some money here and there. They have to do more for their brothers brothers and sisters in Manipur. So it is not totally out of sight, but you guys have to pull up your socks. Otherwise, you don't know what can happen to you. And it's not that you are totally safe in Lamka or the people in Kamkokri, they are safe just because it's KUKI Zo dominated area. Okay, don't think that just because you have demography in majority, you are going to survive whatever onslaught that may come for you. So you have to engage. I know very well what kind of trust you have and what you want to achieve. So keeping that in mind, you have to engage in political manner. And the kind of politics that you guys are doing, that is not possible because that is a kind of appeasement. Okay, and the people who are in power are the people who will come in power. I give you example so that you may be able to understand. No one is actually criticizing Kashmiri Muslim society as such, neither the BJP nor the CPIM or the Congress, because eventually even Asaduddin Owaisi, because they would like to form government in Kashmir, and Kashmiri Muslims are majority of Kashmir. Same with Manipur, they have same policy in Manipur, because the Meiteis are majority. No one is going to call out the Meitei society as a whole. So you have to do majoritarian politics. You can't do minority politics. Okay, this identity thing can wait. First you have to survive. The only way you can do majoritarian politics is if you see yourself as a Christian people of Northeast, and some it may help you in national politics, but at least the Church of Northeast, that has to be revived. Why? If Church of Northeast is not revived, then things are not looking great for you. Because right now, if you look at the Waqf bill, for example, They are going to snatch Muslim lands. They want to snatch Christian lands also. So they will snatch Adivasi Christian lands also. It's a question of land. Ultimately, it's a question of land. So, I understand you guys have attachment and you guys are going to give up your lives also to protect your land. But before going to that stage, politically also you can do many things. Like Benjamin Mate, he has filed a case in Supreme Court. Ultimately, that proved very important in making sure that Biren Singh was removed as chief minister. So all these kind of things need to be done also. No, if you don't think that you are not going to go out on the streets of Delhi or some other metro city and you are scared of going to jail, then that is not on. Okay, so you guys have to sacrifice your lives for your people. But dying in front of a bullet is not the answer. You have to take the Gandhian way. You first have to do that. Otherwise, whatever you guys are doing, it is not helping you. I have been saying this for a long time, and it may appear very condescending, but it is what it is. Okay. Sorry if anyone felt hurt by my speech.
No, it's a good one. But from now on, we'll give everyone 3 minutes each only, Kim. Huh? Sheikh, what we were discussing was setting the house in order. I mean, we understand the bigger picture, but अपना घर पहले ठीक करना पड़ेगा ना. If you have to work on a brother thing, अभी what unity that we built up or was forced upon us from 3rd May is like kind of breaking away. So sometimes we need to remind ourselves that the spirit of meitei, like no name